And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alien Spaceship stream. You could be watching from anywhere around the country or the world, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Coming to you from the Spaceship Studios from a galaxy far, far away. Alright, so we have some interesting things going on with trials. The verdict was today for the alley trial. Many people are not happy about it. There is also there's another trial going on in Texas. I've been seeing here and there. So that is what's going on with that. There's been some shootings earlier today and just recently. So you have some different wild things going on with the news in general and things like that. Now I'll be switching over to the other screen for everybody to see me. Alright, hello everybody, it's me, Alien Spaceship. Good evening. Hello, Dwayne, it is great to see you, buddy. A shout out to you and Sharon. It was... hope both of you are doing well with everything. Yeah, so... I've been vaguely watching trials, mostly kind of keeping up with people and chats that I know. I've not been completely involved with them like I was previously, but I'm like, whenever these other trials come on next week, I'll probably go see them. But yeah, shout out to the other channels, but yeah, I was kind of looking at it today. There is the verdict, and people were very not happy with the verdict in the alley trial. There was some other trial going on in Texas, and which just seems quite interesting to see. Now, been noticing how other channels are handling these things, their chats and stuff is interesting to observe. Seeing how people react to it and stuff. A lot of times I observe and see what's going on. Now, there is a shooting that happened by a fishing place, a fishing pier. And Dwayne says, hit the like button for Alien Spaceship. Thank you, chat. No, thank you, Dwayne, for the shout out. And Abby says, hi guys, it's been really rough lately because of the defendant in my case is fighting back now because he doesn't have any psychological control over me locked up. Face a grand jury tomorrow. Okay, Abby, will prayers for your situation, and we're here for you, and thank you for the update. I hope everything works out. I can't even begin to imagine the stress that you're enduring. And that's how people like that are, and I'm glad that you're keeping us posted about what's going on. Thank you. And Dwayne, I could understand why you didn't, like, sometimes you don't like to see the different fights and stuff that goes on and people acting not right. I could see why you, because I'm kind of looking at it from the outside looking in, and I could see what you're talking about. But it's kind of also interesting to observe in an entertainment way. But yeah, I've been kind of observing the different chats and how they're reacting. There's a couple of different channels that we've been scattered on. Like, there is the LNC chat, and there's like a diaspora to other channels also. But everybody came here, so I think it's kind of cool with my channel where like everybody was like in one place. That like that entire group was here, but not every group is elsewhere. If that makes any sense. So that was something I've been thinking about, and it's really cool how I've known you, Dwayne, from like back then, and you're here with us now. I think that's really cool. It's awesome. And Abby says, thank you. I did this to cops and to protect him, but admitted today and gave the bayonet to the police today. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, and a lot of times, Abby, I've heard that happens, especially with people that are victims. And not saying you have this, but there is something called like Stockholm syndrome, and yeah, and sometimes people do that. But I'm glad that you're able to see that it was not a healthy situation that you were in, And he says, ultimately, I saved lives and I got him held up, hopefully for a while, without him ending someone else's life like he originally wanted. Yeah, Abby, especially he wants to go and have small deke energy and do something like that to take another life is very evil. And also, Dwayne said, "You good for you on your own power." Yes, amen, Dwayne. Yes. Abby says, "I have Stockholm syndrome and trauma bond with him. Thank you, Dwayne Alien." You're welcome, Abby. You're welcome. Yeah, and it's something that happens, and especially if people feel that's the only person that they have, or they, I'm not a psychologist or a doctor at all. I'm not qualified to say anything, but I'll say my opinion. So, and they'll create this bond with the person, and especially if there's no one, if somebody's held captive by somebody, that's the only person there for them. If a Timu a, a Timu roach or a Timu squirrel comes in to bother somebody, the person probably would get them out the way, shoo them off. But at the same time, the person being held captive is being subjugated and mistreated at the same time. So it's not really the ideal situation. It's kind of like the the enemy is the one right in front of you, so to speak, and you are amongst friends and feel free to talk about what you like, and you that is over with in the sense that you're able to break of the chains and be able to be set free, and now you're fighting back, and I think that is a positive thing to do. So I'm just saying that I understand kind of like what this is, but it's good that you were able to overcome that. And a lot of people aren't able to overcome that. So I'm glad that you were able to see, and you're very, very smart and a very good, strong fighter. And I'm glad that you were able to do that and see it wasn't a good situation to be in. Now he says, I need extensive therapy, which I'm getting. Well, I'm glad that you're getting therapy. That's very important. I think that's very good. People that want to get that and need it, I'm glad that you're getting that. But remember, I said I might end up on Ellen's LC when he gets out. We've got a homicidal maniac, rapist on the loose coming back as he promised. Oh dear. Okay. And I believe God is the greatest of all planners, and I know that the relationship with God is complicated, and this seems like it seems like a horror movie you're in. And I believe that everything's going to be all right, and there will be victory in the end. And it's good that this is being exposed. So this too shall pass, and I'm so glad that taking a stand, because taking a stand and being not afraid to take a stand is a good thing, because when you stand up to a bully, that's a fight that has been won already, because a lot of people do not stand up against bullies and people that are nefarious like that. Because there's a lot of cowards and Timu people that are bullies. That's what they are. So, especially if somebody wants to hurt women and stuff like that, it's not good to have them on the loose. Yes, Abby, correct. Like the movie. And a lot of people, a way of coping for me, it's like your life is like a movie, and you're the star of the show. Where a lot of people don't get to live a movie, but you're like in a movie, and we're all watching it, and I believe there's going to be a very good ending to this movie. And your resilience, you see, Abby, whatever comes your way, you're resilient, and you keep on pushing forward, and you're not backing down, and that's a good trait. Because sometimes no one can control really the outcome of the future. No one knows what the future holds. So the fact of not giving up and being resilient is controlling what you can control, and that's a positive thing. Yes, Abby, I saw the verdict in the alley trial. I was there. I wasn't as active in the trial chats. I've just been observing them, but been telling the people I care about hello. And I was very shocked. And Dwayne has good advice here. He says, Abs, please get a restraining order before he gets out It may not be stop him from coming around, but it will make sure that he goes back to jail if he does try to come around. Bless you. Yeah, amen. Uh, Blessings to Abby indeed. And very good advice, Dwayne. And I think with the alley trial. Oh, hello, Shecky, bro. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the UAP party. You know, I think with the alley trial, it was shocking, but not shocking because if there was some sort of a bias or something, or people thinking a certain way, I don't know. It's best to we have to respect the jury's decision, or I feel that I respect what the jury says, but I disagree with what they're doing. And Abby says, "My life is a film. My brother is locked up for attempted murder. My rapist is going to prison for effing me. And thank you, Dwayne. They will put one on a protection order." Oh, good to hear, Abby, about the protection order. Yeah, Abby. And as I said, I feel that it is a weak thing to hurt women and people lacking the impulse control to do stuff like that. And because like people like that are cowards completely. And I like watching horror movies and stuff like Michael Myers, things like that, but in real life I wouldn't actually want to go and do something like that to somebody. And I think it is very important to expose these kind of things, because you got people that they can't control their impulses. They're just evil and sick. Like we talked about, Abby, that people are just evil and sick. They just want to do something bad to somebody. And I just think that is completely wrong. But I do believe in karma, that what goes around comes around. And I think treating women with respect and treating everybody with respect is a good sign of character. And a lot of times people will trade the guidance for misguidance. And God will take away their campfire from them. And they will reap what they sow for what they do. In this life or the next, or both. And Abby says, they should have allowed the honor deletions to be presented in the trial. I agree, yes. Abby says, for real, like, I tried to get him to go to work, the hospital, to get a psych meds. I wanted him to live normal life, but he wanted to be a serial deleter. He got off on it. Loves it and loves fear. It's crazy. Yeah. And it's unfortunate when people want to choose that type of path. And I think it's the way that works is they have a compulsion and they want to have these desires like Bundy, and they want to crave something harder and harder, and to the point where they don't control themselves. They want that. Yeah, but like if he in prison he met like Big Bubba, might be into that too, and he might see him as one of the ladies in prison. So he might, he would have to do with Bubba in prison. So that is something that they do usually do retribution for that. And yeah, so I'm glad that you are standing up and being strong for this. This is a crazy, wild situation to be in. Absolutely. And yeah, damaged brain is a way to go, like Frankenstein. Yeah. Dwayne said, yeah, yes, I don't understand why a judge kept that out in an arranged marriage. Yeah, the arranged marriage, exactly. It's, you know, I think that the judge could be at fault for that. I think putting anyone in a headlock like that is a crime. People are just sickening. Like, you could go strangle somebody and not be caught with it. It's stupid. Yeah, a Timu Sheen brain. I said I appreciate detectives, though, because they see how much he messed up. He messed me up. I was literally trapped in a domestic violence situation without my permission. right, and then like a woman may not be able to fight back against a male as easy because the men are built physically stronger, and I think it's important for men to protect and provide for women instead of trying to do something evil like that to them because it shows weakness on their part, in my opinion. Yeah, and I think that exposing people is important when they do something wrong like this, and we have to remember that this will make sense in the future because life is a learning experience and we learn from every experience we endure, and over time we will learn from all these things that happen. Now, one thing is that you're still here today, you're still standing, Abby, and you're fighting back, and that's a very good thing. That's a victory in itself. And he says, I couldn't, and I'm a boxer, and he had knives. Exactly, and having a knife, that is another thing. It's like, it's a coward thing, it's a sissy thing to do that. Like, he's not doing that to a black dude over 6 feet tall that's buff, or a white person, or anybody that's over 6 feet tall or a person or a man of any size, of any height. I'm just thinking about some giant dude or any kind of man in general that's physically strong, even if they're shorter. Height doesn't matter. They're going after a woman that can't fight back. Dwayne said, Mr. and Miss Allie won't stop until they find Fatima. They have to get her honor back among their culture. Yeah, I know. It's real stupid. I agree, Dwayne. Abby says, bro, I was asking if I was allowed to say no to dating him because he wouldn't let me go. I never gave him a chance, so he took it. Scared. Scared. Abby said, asking other people, I mean. I asked the cops too, and people looked at me like I was stupid, but I was so mentally manipulated. I felt I was trapped. She said she felt she was trapped. Yeah. And a lot of times, people are trapped in their mind because a lot of times they do work on manipulation and making people feel guilty and being wanted. And they want to prey on people that they feel they could get away with. But he was wrong with you because you're fighting back, and it bit him in the arse. As I said before, faith is a sign. Like, the biggest sign of faith is kindness. And people that are not showing faith in anything and that are evil, or people that are down any kind of situation, it will vary. But having no kindness or compassion to others is no faith. It's just a complete void. And he'll be mented back to him what he did to others. And I hope that he could see the wrongs that he did, which people like that don't have a conscience, so they're not going to ever really see it. And he will have to deal with that for all eternity for what he did. And in this life too. Yeah. So it's important to fight back and show like what is going on, and I understand the type of situation you're in. Oh, hello Moki, it's great to see you. Welcome to the stream. Understood. Abby said, true, I got told if I off myself that he gets away with everything, and he's too dangerous for that. Exactly, Abby. Exactly. Because exactly. If you're not here anymore, if you give up the fight, if you throw in the towel, throw in the fight, a lot of people will miss you, and there won't be any justice. So, the important heroine of the story to continue the fight against them. Yeah, so staying here alive is very important. Yeah, exactly. and wanted, you liked my live streams for me to go live, and I did as requested. I went live every day. Moki was, she wanted me to go live during the time where there was no trials, and then the continuation of it was you wanting it when the other people like it too. Okay, everyone else on my channel and the trial people like it, but yeah, I did as you requested. Dwayne says, I see it's on the judge if something happens to Fatima. Remember that we know more than the jury got to know. I agree, Dwayne. I agree. And the jury's going to be very interesting to know what the jury's going to think about the reaction to it, because they didn't get to see the stuff that we saw. And Abby said, sorry for the heavier topic, but I've been in tears about it because I just can't believe I went through all that, and now he's pulling this. He confessed, and now he's retracting. Very good that he confessed. He screwed himself. And Abby, you have a right to be upset. It's okay. And just go through the emotions that are going through. It's normal. And I'm glad that we're here for you to talk to. So you have a group of people to talk to in these situations besides you getting therapy. And your story is really inspirational, and it'll be inspirational for many other people that are going through stuff like this, and will go through things like this. So it'll be for future people. We'll see that what you are doing is very brave and courageous. What you're doing and helping other people. And you say he messed with the wrong one because you are a fighter, you are a boxer, and in one way, you weren't maybe able to stop him, but in this way, you're able to stop him now, especially in future situations. At least his reputation will be tarnished about what he did, and he'll suffer the consequences for his actions. And if your trial is on LC, we'll certainly be pulling for you. Abby says, I was fighting for him. I even asked to drop charges. I broke no contact to talk to him. Meanwhile, he was in his self-deletion room putting on a show. My case is so effed up. I hate this MFer so much. Understood. And you're a very compassionate person, a very good-hearted person, always to me and everybody else in chat. And that kindness and compassion you have was manipulated by a heartless monster, in my opinion, for his own benefit. But the light within you was shining brightly, where it was able to reveal the darkness that was there, that he was able to show you to break those chains. So a lot of people don't break chains, so you're able to achieve what many other people weren't able to achieve. And Abby says, I know, I love you guys, thank you, trust me, this is grueling. I don't want an entire trial. Oh, I understand, and we see how these trials go. We see how they can be long, and you have a right to feel that way. And there are many ways to the top of the mountain. And, there's a time where somebody was mining for gold and treasure. And there's two people mining for treasure. And in those caves that I talk about, and one person was almost there if he was picking away one more time, and he left. The other person went one more time, and he was able to get the gold and treasure. So, at the top of the mountain's very steep, and it's hard to get to, but I know with your perseverance and your strength and daring that you will be able to go there, even if it goes to trial. The one that needs to be scared is him. He's the one that needs to be scared. For sure. Dwayne said, I hate will only hurt you. He doesn't care. Learn to forgive yourself and take power back. Amen. Exactly, because we forgive and we do these things for our own selves. It's like having baggage on a plane and trying to go onto a flight. You have all this stuff. So for your own self, it's good to forgive yourself and release any of this negativity when you're ready at the right time if you want to. You don't have to. But it would be good for yourself. And you were great to me. I mean, I remember enjoying you in the chat, you here, and the other channels, and that you really gave me a very nice night that time when we're talking about SpongeBob and the I got to show you the Six Flags because that was a traumatic thing for me to go through when I went through the hurricane thing. So I enjoyed always talking to you in chat and everyone else that you talk to and you're friends with, you do very well with. So I know you could do this, and it's going to be it's great to see that it's shifting in your favor and you're stopping this evil threat from hurting other people. Because at least another thing to remember is that at least you exposed him and what he did at the very least, where other people would be cautious of him if they ever were to encounter him in the future. So the battle's already been won by taking action. And you'll see the final results as time goes on. So no matter whatever outcome happens, you won because you took action, you took a stand. And Shecky says, yes, do not live in the shadow, you are in the light. Stay strong, you sound like a great person, Abby. Thank you, Shecky. Well, sure, I hope I gotta put this biatch behind bars first. And I have your back and your bailiff if you need it. Oh, very nice of you, Dwayne. Very nice of you, Dwayne. And Abby says, no, I agree because I have screenshots of him talking about taking people out and telling me he's got to delete me and that he's going to R my corpse until I'm nothing or eat my ashes, mild stuff. Yeah, you know, when when he's on cell block on pod 7 being serving of Big Bubba, that's what Bubba will tell him when he's in the cell. There is this time where there is a P-file in prison that hurt a child, and they poisoned the guy's food, and then they didn't give him any medical attention, and they gave him some water and a Benadryl. That's it. Then they took him to medical care, but it was actually the laundry room, and they beat him to a pulp, and they put him in a very hot shower, and burned him, and they kept on tormenting him, and he was begging to be let out to the protective custody, but he can't go to protective custody because they don't have that in Florida. So eventually they move the guy somewhere. But yeah, in prison they'll certainly take care of people like that. And as I said, people like that are cowards. So you're gonna go do something to a deleted body. It's like do something to a boxer, a male boxer. Do something to the biggest guy he could see. That's who you need to say that to. But as I said, they don't do that because they're weaklings. They're pathetic weaklings. It's, you know, his backside will be free real estate for the people up there in jails in cell block 7. So that's all my opinion about it. And yeah, as I said, they don't say it to people, just people they can pick on. All right. And also, Bioch is going to get what's coming for him. Yes, and Abby, he'll Bioch out in jail and bend over plenty of times. Exactly. I pray he gets it worse than what he gave me. Amen. Barely wish it'll be on people, but he's evil and I can't help him. The detectives told me that. Well, that's good. That's good. And it's clear as day in this situation that you're clearly being abused and the guy's a creeper. He's like a Brian Koberger type person and a serial deleter like Bundy, you know, absolutely. And also what he will be doing is you have the screenshots to expose him. You clearly are a victim of this situation. So that's what I'm saying. It's the ball's in your court. I said my detective told me after his interrogation he wanted him locked up for life. He's that evil. Right. And we're talking about we're reacting to a Johnny Depp trial yesterday, and that's like she was pitiful because it was like she was not abused in my opinion by him, but what you're going through is actual abuse. You know, you could see the difference, and it's extremely wicked and vile what this man did because as I said before, men that do things like this are in tune with their emotions. If they have a compulsion to do something to somebody, to grape somebody or to do something to a body, they're going to do stuff like that because their impulse tells them, like, they don't have any emotional control to stop themselves or express themselves in a different way. So I think that men like that are truly toxic. That's true toxic men. Like, they talk about toxic masculinity. It's used all the time everywhere, but true toxic masculinity is that men that are built physically stronger than women, that can do evil things like that, and they have no emotional control. They're just in their emotions. You have a monster, right? Like a school shooters and stuff. But as I said, Monica Cementelli was an example of a woman version of that. But if men can take accountability and responsibility for their actions and not, they won't be doing stuff like that. And if they could just have emotional control, it would be better. But as I said, people with no empathy and want to do evil things, like you talk about, people are just evil, right? And we live in a fallen world, and people can choose right or wrong, and they choose wrong, and people like that need to be locked up in a Timu cage. And Dwayne says, "Okay, friends, I have to get back to my grandboys before they gang up and throw me over the balcony." Bye for now, everybody. Love yourself and spread the love to others. Night. Good night. Dwayne, good night to you, buddy. And shout out to your grandbabies. Your grandboys are they're gonna get you good. So better listen to them, and have a good evening. Aaron said, "Hello, fam. Was going to come in the chat laughing about accidentally tinning my hair gray. Oh, scared. But looks like a serious chat tonight." Yeah, absolutely. Well, Aaron, that's hilarious. And good to see you, Aaron. And that is hilarious. And yeah, we are having a serious chat. And Abby said, no, he wanted to top Koberger. He said so because he talked about the case too. He asked why only for a-hole. Oh. Oh yeah, he thinks he's tough. He thinks he's a tough guy, but it's like people don't like that. Women don't like that when a guy acts like that. A complete monster, indeed. And Wayne says, said that right. And a detective told me after he's interrogated, he wanted him locked up for life. He wants top. Okay. Abby says like he's on Koberger's level, but worse because he's self-deletion. He's homicidal, so he says he has nothing to lose. Hey, Aaron, can change topic. I'm just venting about this psych. And I appreciate you so much, Alien. Thank you. Need the reaffirmation for tomorrow. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, you got this. And I think also when faith grows in a man that he treats the women well. It's important to treat the ladies well. And everybody well in general. And I think that people like that, as I said, they have no faith. There's just a dark void. And he seeks misguidance instead of guidance. And he's by a campfire, but God will take away his campfire and leave him in darkness. And that he chose that path. Definitely. And living, and also, Abby, living is the greatest sign of the greatest and bravest sight in the world is you standing up against adversity. That's the bravest sight in the world. And accept whatever came to you woven in your destiny, accept whatever it is, because it was for your need in the future. It was, over time, it builds character. Like everything bad happened to me, and never been anything what you've been through, but anything bad that happens to me, many other people have been through much worse, said that they don't regret it because it made them who they are. It's being molded into something new. So yes, it would be an interesting story to tell. Another thing, a way of coping, is that you have a story to tell. There's somebody that works somewhere that has no story to tell. That just their life is boring. Although it's safer, you have a very interesting story to tell. And I'll be interested tomorrow to see how this goes. Whatever outcome happens, you won because you exposed him and you brought light to it. And the silver, so to speak, that he was is tarnished. It's a tarnished silver that will completely ruin him forever, no matter what. Okay, hello to Sharon, and for her to take care too. I'm shout to her. I always appreciate her so kind. Uh, the internet grandparents. Shout out to y'all. And yeah, this is for people to chat about whatever. It's okay. You know. Yeah, Dookie wrenches. Yeah. Moki, here's your wrench. Feel free to mod the hella out of chat tonight. Yeah. Oh, the prosecutor scares you. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And so that's the great thing, because there is victory either way. And another thing is to go into battle, because I believe you're in a war. Go, and you're a fighter. You are a boxer, so you know, is that the going into battle fully determined to die will cause victory, because that's what samurais did. They went into it with everything they had in battle, and I believe that you going into this with everything you have will cause great victory, and that you will have, and that's when you're truly alive, Abby. Like right now, you are truly alive right now, going into battle with everything you have in you. That's when you're truly alive. People that are having a boring life, doing something, they're great people, shout to them. They may not feel alive, but you're doing something that you love to do by exposing this and being with us. So you're truly alive. And that is great, because you know what? Death smiles at us all. All man can do is smile back. And we're all eventually going to pass away from something. So I'm glad that you're choosing, with the time you have here, to expose this monster to save other lives. Because we could live each day as if it were our last, but treat and protect our bodies and take care of ourselves as if we're going to live forever. Like Stockton Rush got it wrong. He should have had a submersible built correctly, not a submersible that was going to implode, because you're supposed to do it, treat it as if you're going to live forever, but live each day as if it were your last at the same time. And prosecutor scares him. I love Dookie, and yes, I am alive. We all are. And I love y'all. Well, thank you, Abby. I appreciate that. And yeah, Dookie. Yeah, shout out to Dookie. This is also a Dookie is as iconic to this chat as being scared, because when we have a Dookie party, especially when we have Aaron and we have Moki here, we have a Dookie time. Moki's the Dookie warrior in chief. And I like to see that. You know, shout out to all the Dookie that we could get. And Abs says he did have lined up kills, so I accidentally did save people, and that's the only reason I'm doing what I gotta do. Yeah, and living your life for other people and serving others is great. You know, as Jesus said, the greatest sacrifice is he who lays down his life for his friends. And that's great you did that. A true hero, a true hero. Absolutely, because you have people in politics that, I don't know, that expose somebody and they think they're a hero, and like there's some controversy about this blonde woman with jeans on, and people think they're heroes exposing her when they shouldn't do anything wrong, in my opinion. But they, but you're a true hero. That's a true hero right there. The true heroine, as it's called. And in certain situations, usually you have a man doing it, but there are certain situations where women are put in a position to be the hero, and that's exactly what this is. And you are doing what you're supposed to do, and you add them throughout history. So there's Joan of Arc, there's all these different ladies that took charge and are able to have victory. So I'm glad you did that. We appreciate you very much for that. And at the same time, we have lessons learned where we have to, although we may not always have foresight to see what's going on, It's to the best of our ability. It's good to have foresight about the company that we keep. You know, and there's people that we could be around. It's like being around a blacksmith. That's I've been around blacksmith before in Kentucky when during um, a tour guide, right? And so my ancestors were blacksmiths in Germany, and a blacksmith could smell not appealing, and that's what bad company is. It's like being around that. But when you're around a good person, it's like somebody with great cologne or great fragrance. That's what's around to be around good people. A good person is like a fragrance. And that is something that I think that is quite true. And being aware of the company that you keep, and that way God give us all the foresight to see the deceptions of people and lies of people, to stay away from psycho people like that, and those that don't believe in God, the karma, the destiny, universe, whatever, that we may have just foresight to be aware of the company that we're around, that they're not something nefarious, for our own good and others. But at the same time, Abby, it was good in a way that you're able to know who this was, because if you weren't around, if you didn't encounter this person, if I may say, other people would have been in harm's way, maybe not alive right now if it wasn't for you. So you truly are the hero in the story. And he's going to get a metal effing toilet. Yes, yes, I will cream this MFer. Yes, you got this. Absolutely. And I just want to note it. I want it nothing to do with Dookie. Aaron wants nothing to do with Dookie. Now, okay, well, some think otherwise, but I see what you have to say. Understood. Understood. And because I heard that some people like to have Dookie parties around, in Canada, but, hey, I hear you. There's a strong smell to it. And Abby says, yeah, but I'm screwed when he's out. Yeah, I understood. And in that situation, I believe that if he were to go by you with the restraining order, he'll be locked back up if he tries to go by you. And if something happens, he certainly will be locked up again and not hurt anyone else. And I believe that somehow the dots will connect in the future. And no matter what happens, he's been exposed. And people will be wary of him. I will, Abby. I'll have your back. I'll be there for you. If you end up on LC, take a shot for you, and we will annihilate the trolls. Yeah, my word. Double dookie for Aaron. Okay, so we're watching Amber tonight, as I only can chat till 9ish. Amber Heard. Amber Heard, as I said, she is completely fake. And Amber Heard is this idiot that, from Johnny Depp trial. And her story is so fake. It's like, Aaron, I'll be glad to watch her. Absolutely. We'll watch the little ending part that y'all missed. Some of y'all missed. And yeah, but as I said, absolutely. And Amber Heard's fake, okay? She was not really being abused. You could tell the difference between Abby and Amber Heard. You could tell the difference. Like, it's completely different. It's night and day. Like, and Amber Heard's story would discredit people that were actually abused. Like, Abby. Alien, you better have a damn party in my honor. I will, Abby. I will. Absolutely. Just like the Mead Halls, the Vikings, and Valhalla had, we'll have a party for you in your honor, yes. And Irish Amy says, hey, y'all, just dropping by to hit the stream and send some love your way. Well, thank you for saying to love our way, because we need a lot of love. We need a lot of comfort and love. All right, and as I said, Aaron, we're going to play the ending part that y'all kind of, missed a little bit of. Look at her face. Amber Heard's Grinch. Getting this together. All right. A guy alien always hear from my people. Hey Abby, good to see you. People who lie about abuse and are for sympathy can kiss my fat, unbleached eos. Yeah, Jamie, and yeah, she's not an abuse victim. I only, all my life, not anymore. He's put away. Amen. Are going here. This is the ending part. Close to the end part. Let's go here.
Basically, I didn't want him to find out online that I had or was about to file or I had already filed for divorce. I wanted him to know verbally.
This is a different day, by the way. This is a different day than the one that we're showing the day before. But here you go. It's still legitimate.
So I was trying to reach him through a third party to tell him. When I say reach, I'm specifically saying I would like him to know information coming from me or coming from Jerry, from me, so that he finds out about the divorce filing or my intention to do so from some other source other than TMZ, which was alerted.
You slipped up there, didn't you, Miss Heard? You let it slip out that TMZ had been alerted to your filing of the domestic violence restraining order, didn't you?
I disagree. That's not what I'm talking about.
TMZ is the same outlet that you released the video of Mr. Depp attacking the kitchen cabinets the day before this deposition was taken, wasn't it?
I didn't do that. I don't know how to do
TMZ owns the
that.
copyright to that video now, doesn't it?
I have no idea what TMZ owns.
Did they pay you for that?
I never got paid for it because I had nothing to do with that.
So TMZ was just lucky in getting the inside scoop to your divorce from Mr. Depp, huh?
I have no idea. It is not, that's not my area of expertise. I wouldn't even know how to do that. And also, what does that get me? If I wanted to leak things about Johnny, I could have done that in a much more successful way, in a bigger way, for years.
Not when you were extorting him for $7 million.
I got a fraction of what I was entitled to in the state of California, by the way.
Right.
What extortion?
Tassa Van Reeves, your ex-wife, right?
That's right. She's my ex-partner.
She's the one that you told this jury Mr. Depp was jealous of, right?
Yeah, well, that was 2013 fights around March, yes.
You testified that he tried to burn one of her paintings, right?
That's correct.
You testified he tried to burn one of your favorite paintings that she did, right?
I don't know if it was one of my favorites.
You committed domestic violence against Miss Van Reed during your relationship, didn't you?
No, I did not.
You assaulted her at a Seattle airport in 2009, didn't you?
No, I did not.
And people saw that.
That's not true.
And it was covered in the press. Isn't that true?
It was planted in the press by Johnny's team 2 days after I got the TRO. Not
Can
coincidentally.
you please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1279?
Your Honor, may we approach?
Alexa, remind me to buy an electric fence around my lawn later. Yeah, exactly, Abby. Yes.
We could please have that article displayed for the witness. This is an article from 2 years ago, correct, Ms. Hurd?
I don't know when this
May
was.
of 2020.
That's not when it came out, no. This story started getting planted after I got a TRO, after I got a restraining order against Johnny.
The headline says, Amber Heard
Objection,
allegedly
Your Honor.
struck.
Objection, Your Honor. I think Your Honor ruled she can't say that.
If you want to approach again.
The title reads, Amber Heard allegedly grabbed, struck her ex-girlfriend at the airport. Doesn't it?
Yes, and that's not true.
May we approach?
Okay.
Yeah,
The title is Amber Heard
hilarious, Abby. And yeah, Johnny is too cool. Facts.
allegedly struck her
Objection, Your Honor.
ex-girlfriend.
She's already.
Oh, overruled. Go ahead.
Thank you. If I may start over. Amber Heard allegedly struck her ex-girlfriend Tassa Van Ree at the airport in 2009. Did I read that right?
Yes, this is another example of the smear campaign.
So Mr. Depp is not the only domestic partner you've assaulted, is he, Ms. Heard?
I've never assaulted Mr. Depp or anyone else that I've been romantically linked to, ever.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Cross-examination. I'm sorry, redirect.
Ms. Heard, did Ms. Van Ray come out after that article came in and make a public statement it was false?
Of course.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Your Honor, I should be at least be.
Overruled.
Thank you.
Of course she did.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the TMZ alerted. Explain to the jury what you meant by the TMZ was alerted.
So when you make these kind of filings, meaning divorce, marriage, things like that, they are public record. And so when we filed for divorce, when I filed for divorce, I asked my team to file in the most discreet way, literally to put it under a stack of papers and file it at the end of day, so kind of had more of a shot of being missed by the paparazzi and by TMZ and those sorts of publicity outlets. I believe that we had been remarkably lucky following the divorce.
Hey, Libby, it's great to see you. I saw the stuff happening earlier. Yes, but I think that you're doing fine, Libby. You're doing good, and it's great to see you, Libby. I was just thinking about you, and yeah, we were just reviewing Amber Heard because it's a trial that we like to watch in the past, and we're just kind of making commentary on it and like talking about it again. It's something that I watched, a couple of years ago when it was on, and now we're watching it again. Oh, hello, Sam. Hey. Oh, this is the best part. The part where she was there, smug face, until she was caught beating up her girlfriend at the airport. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Libby. I didn't like what happened earlier, in my opinion. But as I said, not my place to talk about other people's channel, but, everyone has their own rules. But you could do what you like here. It's okay. Now, Sam, there was a part where Aaron missed a part, and some people missed the part yesterday where this was happening, so I'm just playing it back for them again.
Divorce, that it wasn't picked up, and that it gave me a precious few days of peace at that really fragile time. When I found out that they were going to run the story or that they had the information, I was trying to get a hold of Johnny to clarify.
All right, Moki. So I'm not entirely certain because it's like right when I went there, and nothing against those mods or anybody over there or any because they're just following orders. As for that channel, it's not them specifically, but It's channels rules. Channels rules is channels rules. You know, so nothing against Tweety or that group of people. Okay, everyone has their own rules in their own channel. Not talking about anybody in a negative way. And so yeah, I'm not too sure exactly what happened. Libby could explain it, but it just something about some disagreement happened. She was writing in all caps too, and they didn't like that. And I'm like, you know, they took her out. I'm like, oh, Libby must not be too happy camper. Now I don't know exactly what happened, but I think that Libby is all right. I mean, I think she's just trying to express herself, but I don't know exactly what happened. Oh, hello, Miranda. Great to see you, my friend. Good, welcome. Yeah, exactly, Miranda. Thank you for letting us know about that, and great to see you here. All right. So yeah, Libby can explain it. I don't really know what exactly happened, but I think it was okay. She could write in all caps. But now my channel will respect other channels' opinions about things. But you know, here it's just people can do whatever they want. I don't really care. But listen, if other people can do what they want with their channels, it's okay. And that's kind of a bit of a rumor. That's what I was seeing. She was writing in all caps. Something that was a part of it, but that's just me taking something kind of out of context. It was something else though that was happening. On here, there's been rumored about no caps lock on here, but y'all could write on all caps here. It's okay. It was just one time. Latina and I were having a discussion, and she was writing in all caps, but she was okay. It's just sometimes her and I would have little disagreements, but I have nothing wrong with writing all caps, though. It's okay. Y'all can write all caps here. It doesn't bother me. But usually on Raw and Crime, there used to not be able to write on all caps over there. And you couldn't have emojis either. They said later that caps were allowed. Oh, okay. Oh, it's my buddy, True Crime. Oh, well, you're in the right place, True Crime. It was a nasty one. So yeah, Libby can explain what happened. Because I'm not completely sure exactly what happened. But I know that caps may have had something to do with it. Nothing against the mods over there. Or it was the channel's rules. Here we go.
That I did not do this in a punitive way. I didn't want him to be mad at me. I didn't want him to find out in that sort of context online.
And who had connections to TMZ?
Objection calls for speculation.
Do you know?
I do know. Johnny
Your
and I
Honor.
spoke about
Your
it.
Honor, calls for
Sustain
speculation.
the objection.
Did Mr. Depp tell you about who had connections with TMZ?
Yes, we talked about it. His lawyer, Laura Wasser.
Okay. Now, I'm going to start at the verification process in July, correct?
That was
Objection leading.
the first one.
Sustain.
Okay.
So kissed me again, held me. I cried, he cried, and then we had a short exchange, and he put a note in my pocket that said, "I'll love you dead or alive."
Can defendants exhibit 1581L? I'm sorry? Oh. What the coaster was. Could you tell the jury what the coaster was that he slipped into your pocket, what it said?
He said, "I love you forever, my Slim, dead or alive."
And what, if anything, did it have in addition?
His new phone number.
And to be, just so we're clear, on how many occasions in that second mediation did Mr. Depp look you in the eye?
Many.
Okay. And when Ms. Vasquez asked you if you knew why Mr. Depp couldn't or wouldn't look you in the eye here or in the UK, you said, yes, you know. Why? Please tell the jury why.
Because he's guilty. Because he knows he's lying. Otherwise, why can't he look at me? I survived. I survived that man, and I'm here, and I'm able to look at him.
Thank you. You were asked about a bruise that was on your arm from March.
Okay, you hear this this cringe right here? This is cringe, everybody. Oh, Gregatron, I'm glad to see you, buddy. I was thinking about you earlier. So you see the cringe we have here, where she is. She said she survived Johnny Depp. She survived Johnny Depp. She survived Johnny boy. I remember when this dude Hawaii was complaining about Johnny. It's like, bro, is this tripping? It's like he knew him in the 21 Jump Street, and it's like, bro, like I just disagree with bro, like on this, like he has a right to sue her over this. It's so stupid. But he got emotional. He's like, oh no, she's so young and there's so much life in her. It's like, come on, you tripping? Like, and he got it right the first day. He was like telling me that Amber was trying to get money out of him, and he was trying to take advantage. She was trying to take advantage of Johnny. Then he did like this 180 on me. It's like, bro, come on, what are we doing? Alien, Illy, and Libby would have smoked that biatch. Scared. Yeah, right on. Hey, Libby says, so the lady named Tessa said, dance at a trial, this is serious. And I commented, so did a mod, and we're like, oh, we always dance and sing, we're just having fun. Okay, Aaron, understood. Aaron, I'll play this more for you when you come again. Alright, anyway. So, you can go back now and read the lines. We were just chatting. Okay. The Tessa chick said, that's awful, kids are getting deleted and you are all dancing and singing. I said, yes, it's called taking a break, cleaning our brains mentally, just checking out for a minute. Libby, you're a great storyteller, by the way, while you're doing this. Okay, now, because Libby is a unique, very cool person, and I don't think she meant any offense to that channel. She just is just expressing herself. Like, I don't think she was trying to cause a ruckus. But not everyone knows Libby like I do and y'all do. No, nothing against any other channel, but you know, I think that it's good to have a chat unless it's something very serious. In my opinion, I'm not judging anybody's channel, anything like that. No. Disclaimer. Scared. Exactly. Yeah.
2013. Do you recall how long before the picture you had sustained that bruise?
I do.
How long?
2 weeks.
You were asked a number of times by Ms. Vasquez if you took pictures from your incidents earlier in the relationship.
Yes.
Why didn't you?
It was something I started doing only kind of incidentally. You know, I was commenting to my best friend. I was looking for support from my mom, things like that. There was, I'm ashamed to say, never a thought that this would happen. I mean, not until December and my best friend taking pictures of me to capture it. That wasn't even a thing.
It has been suggested by Ms. Vasquez to you in your questions that you didn't tell anyone about the abuse until the TRO. Is that true?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
All right. What if any? All right. Who did you tell about the abuse during the time it was happening?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
That's not offered to,
and hearsay.
Sustained.
Your Honor, it's prior consistent statements.
It's leading, it's sustained. Next question.
Okay. What, if anything, did you tell to anyone about the abuse?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Sustained.
Your Honor, may I approach?
That's fine.
Well, he says, what's the problem? And I got bombarded by two younger mods, went at me like I'm a kid. I'm disrespectful, mods. I'm effing 49 years old. Said I like to keep the spirits up, so screw that channel. I always say dance, and she's like, the way we're talking, she could have turned off chat. Ouch. No, Abby, LC is not on right now. I think it's called Take It to Trial. It's called Take It to Trial. I'm not, something like that. I'm not against the lady. I'm not against the, some of the mods are people that we know here. Some people that's people we know here. So nothing against the different people that are over there. It was the channel's rules. And as I said, the LC channel, although I love adding her mods from the other channel, I will say that people didn't like the restrictive chat and people couldn't write in all caps, so I don't know if it's good to completely adapt every single thing that they could have done possibly. It's good to do what they did, but sort of tweak it a little bit so it can be a little bit more relaxed, that's all. So I'm not for abolishing that type of system, but just relaxing it a little bit. Nothing against them, though, because
Ms. Hurd, how many people have you shared the fact of abuse prior to 2015?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
How
Calls
many?
for hearsay.
How many?
Overruled.
Roughly about 10.
Can you name them?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I think she can, it's not offered, it's just to show that that she informed people before. They're suggesting.
Objection, Your Honor. Can we approach? This is, again, an
yeah. Now with Irish, I like Irish. She's cool people, and any other mods that might be over there that are here, because it was not like, remember, it wasn't the mods in my opinion specifically. It was the channel's rules. Like over here, they don't do that here to anybody. Well, everyone's a mod, so. But they never do that here. It was just the channel's rules they were trying to enforce. But I like Irish. I like the different. I don't know all the mods there, but the different people there are fine. It was the channel's rules itself. It wasn't necessarily their fault, in my opinion. Shout out to Irish and the other ones.
Now,
This is my opinion.
you were asked whether you had consulted a medical doctor about any problems with your nose, correct?
That's correct.
And you indicated that you in fact had after the divorce, correct?
objection leading.
Did you or did you not consult an ENT after the divorce?
Objection leading.
Did you produce medical records?
By the way, I'm seeing this thing, and I have a thing for rocking back and forth, and I'm like some kind of a, I'm some kind of I'm like a spin top or something. I just keep moving around like this. It's hilarious. All right, so anyway, now we said my argument was not over caps. Someone else. Basically, I love her channel, but the way her mods talk, people have her lose subscribers. I'm not good for her channel. For mods to talk to grown adults like that, FYI, Irish is not a mod. It was the mods. Okay, I thought she was. I'm tripping. I'm thinking of the other channel. I'm tripping. I got those alien bubbles in my brain right now. But I think y'all humor me. Y'all have the patience to humor an alien like me. So shout out to everybody watching. All right, Libby says if mods for talking growing adults like FYI. Irish is not a mod. It was the mods acting like they're YouTube police or FBI. Oh, okay, Libby, thank you. Okay, I'm tripping. Well, whoever was a mod, I don't know. some of them might be on the channel, but as I said, people that were mods over there, some of them are here. You see, notice how people here don't do that, Libby? And you see a lot of blue wrenches, right? Because the way my channel's rules are, I'm not complaining about anybody else's channel. I don't mind saying this to anybody directly. But I'll say that people do what they want with their channels. I'm not tripping over them. But I will say the rules of the channel is the reason. It's not necessarily the mods, in my opinion. It's like this channel, everyone's a mod, so it's kind of a practical joke about, you know, getting blocked because everyone's a mod. But if there were people that weren't mods here, you know, people just can chat. They chat here. It's like kind of free, unless it was something real specific. I'll step in and say this or that, right? You know, if it gets too out of hand. But it's up to me to do it, no one else. So I think it's just her channel, the way she set it up like that, all right? In my opinion. And they just didn't understand your personality is idiosyncratic, is unique like me. And because there was this type of system that LC had, shout out to adding her mods, I miss them very much, where they were good mods and they kept the chat in check if trolls came. But people complained that they were too strict. All they had to do is tell the mods to lighten up a little bit and it would have been fine. But LLC got rid of all their mods, so it justified that type of system. So I think that that mod system they're doing was done before, and it's a good system. Maybe if people lighten up a little bit, it could work perfectly fine. It needs to be balanced, in my opinion. Like, I don't think you need rule with an iron fist, but as I said here, you know, you're gonna beware of the mods. They're gonna block you. Guess what? There's no mods. Everybody's a mod. So that's a practical joke right there. But my channel rules are very relaxed. If I feel someone is being unjustly attacked or someone's unjustly attacking somebody, I will step in and say something. But as I said, usually people can do what they want. And now, because there's disputes about doing my political or not. I'm political here. And I talk about religion too. Because it's my choice. But I know how to do it correctly. And there's a few people, there's one person that used to come here that didn't like the political stuff, so they left. And you know what? I want a snowflake to be safe in the freezer or where it's snowing, and they don't want it to be melting. It's fine. It's not for the faint of heart. But shout out to the people in general that are cool people. And people are cool that disagree with me is fine too. But some people don't like the political chat, and that's okay. They can go if they don't like political chat and come back. But people that completely leave, that's okay. I don't want snowflakes are beautiful. I don't want them to melt. All right. So basically, I think that just that channel, maybe going by certain rules, and thanks, Sam. Okay, and I'm going to read what she's saying because Alien's ranting again. Oh, look at her face. And Libby said, I'm not going to lie, I want to seriously beat their ass. Scared. Through the phone. Basically, someone threatened me, I snapped back. Tessa deleted her threatening comment, and mods didn't see that, and all the mods blocked me and whatever to the mods. Bahaka, the therapist. The therapist is on this channel. Shout to her. But she doesn't do anything here. She acts cool here. Because it wasn't because of her specifically. It was because of the channel's rules. But shout to, I understand what you're saying, though. And Julius, and I swear I was hot. It was not T2T fault. She should have spanked her mods. They like drill sergeants. Okay, but as I said, when a therapist is here, she never did anything like that here. Because the way my channel is set up. I hear what you're saying. And it's my unpopular opinion. And I could be very wrong. But as I said, no, the therapist never does that here. She's cool people and she acts accordingly. But then again, it's because the system I have. Some channels have no mods. I'm scared, so I make everybody a mod. But I knew people that were mods. I knew who they were. But yeah, you either shouldn't have any mods or have everyone a mod. Okay, Libby, you have a right to be angry at them, and I disagree with what happened. I disagree with the actions that took place against you. I feel it was the way the channel's rules was set up, the way that channel is governed, and they were just enforcing what the channel owner wanted them to do. Or they were given free reign over the chat, and they weren't like kept in check, and they did what they wanted to do. I don't know, but I understood, Libby, about your position. And Libby says, "My finger hurts. Let me read some of y'all's comments, but bottom line, I did nothing wrong." Understood, Libby. Thank you for telling us what happened. And while I ain't shouting out those mods that come here, I will be quiet, but screw them. Okay. Abby says, "That smug face, nowhere tear, exhaustion from abuse evident. Anarchy." Exactly. And as I said here, I don't care, I'm not telling other channels what to do. But as I personally hold a creator accountable. That's what I do, in my opinion. Y'all do what y'all want to do. But, because as I said, if somebody did that, if they're on a channel, does that everywhere they go, that's something else, right? But if over here they act completely different than how they act somewhere else, I think it's the channels being different. Okay, Libby, understood. Alright, free reign over the chat is what it is. Irish too, I know she was here earlier. She wanted me to. Okay. But I told you, there is a thing where these, some trial channels, at one time, people thought my channel was like this. Oh, scared. Miranda's scared. Oh, Gloria, I'm glad that you're here. Scared. Libby says, "I love your channel, and I love your chat in here. I would never disrespect your channel." Thank you. Sorry, Libby. I'll tell him squat next time. All right. So there is and people thought that my channel was like this also, because, which of course I was mentored by a political commentator. I was involved with politics and religion, and religion too. I've seen religious debates, I've seen religious discussions, and I study religion as a hobby of mine. I study different religions, I study my own religion, and I think there's a lot of truths in all religions to take from. So in politics too, I study different political views and different political areas. So I was not just a trial chatter, I was all over the place. Now, people at one time thought that my channel was not as political restrictive and restrictive of free speech. Now, in the beginning, I wanted to implement those ideas slowly over time, and some people would go and some people would stay, okay? So, but most people stayed. Now, I had a diverse group of people, which I liked, and diverse religions, which I admire that too. And I liked how, say, like, Smoking Scan, he has no mods. And he just lets the chat. And he just hangs out there and watches chases in LA and stuff. Dude's a chill as heck. He's a cool dude. So I learned from him too. I learned from different people that I was around. Now, with trial chats, they had different people. I'm going on a rant here, everybody, so bear with me. So there's different people of different religions and different political views, and they're concerned that people would leave or people would cause a fight or a problem. And I believe there's truth to that. And people that are on other channels, they could do what they wish with their channels. Now, there is a system in place at LC where they had these very good mod team, and this mod team, some people thought they were too. No one could write in caps. No one could write out too much emojis. People were getting deleted. They're getting censored. People thought people couldn't talk politics. So you have a idea where there is an extreme. So you have an extreme idea where people are too strict, and you have an idea where people are too not restrictive. I think the truth is in the middle. Like the Russian Revolution, it was. They didn't need a revolution, they needed evolution. So if the society is too extreme, like you had, the Tsar and his ministers, you had Tsardom in Russia, where it may have been restrictive, so they went and had communism, and then you had a worse situation. So I think the truth lies in the middle, in my opinion. So I was going to implement political discussions and all kinds of different talk for those that wanted to do it. And I did it slowly over time, and it worked perfectly. So just as they said that communism would be implemented slowly over time, which it never was implemented, but I implemented my thing over time, and it worked. So I kind of was like, okay, baby steps. Now other people were like, hey, Alien is not for free speech, or he's restricting things. I wasn't. It was baby steps. And now we're in its final stage of harvest. We're able to do what you want to do here because everybody was slowly just given the okay to do what they wanted to do. Now, a system that I had in place that was very helpful was everybody's a mod. So my friends that are on YouTube talking to me are not going to be blocked only by me. Or if YouTube gods came in and zapped somebody that I didn't do. Okay? But no, y'all are just going to be here and say what y'all going to say. Now, if I feel a situation's coming where people are getting attacked or someone's attacking someone unjustly or vice versa, I will say, okay, be like a referee. Right? So we do trial coverage and trial talk here and stuff like that, but people could talk about what they want to, and if people don't like to talk, they could go if they like. It's okay, I'm not going to be offended. These other channels, the only thing they have is the trials coverage. So they're concerned if there's going to be a fight, if there are people going to leave. Like, say if you say, like, I like Trump, or I like Kamala, or I like Obama's baby pictures, or something like that, or you like Trump's baby pictures, or you like Biden's baby pictures. If people say something like that, so they may be concerned everybody's going to leave or be offended. So that is the situation over those other channels. Now over here, you have a situation where Libby was expressing herself a certain way or trying to say a joke, and she feels that she was attacked because they will go and censor people that they feel that is best for the channel. So in their opinion with the channel, they're trying to go and have the channel level playing field where people are being kept in check. But Libby was used to being here in Mabia LC where people could just kind of express themselves. So over there, they may not let people express themselves. And it didn't so that's what I'm saying is that people will go one way or another way to an extreme. I want to be in the middle. And I will say, in my opinion, my humble opinion, that if I share mods with some other channel, those people here never acted like that. They acted regular because of me, because of Alien Spaceship, the Timu Sheen CEO himself. Just like if you go to another channel where there's no mods, because that's how he set his channel. So if someone set their channel up or didn't discipline their mods or set rules, you're going to have a situation. It's like the Wild West. You have a bunch of cattle running around. You got to say yeehaw and get that thing and reel them in. If you don't do that, the horses are going to become feral and go. There's horses that are wild in America and they go and fight each other and bite each other and stuff, right? So I keep the people together, right? But if you don't keep this together, you're going to be yeehaw, right? And see, that's what Alien does. He's the number one rancher. He's the number one alien cowboy that keeps all of his hens all of his hens together. So, but hens sometimes get out of hand, right? And I am a very eccentric person. I like that for some reason. But other places are not into that, and they'll have, if their mods are not given a structure or they I feel, in my opinion, the channel gave them that structure to follow. They were just following instructions of the channel that they were being governed by. So they're just going to do what they're going to do, right? But I keep the horses with the saddle on, and the horses are running around having a good time. But this other group, if the mods are either told by their channel to do something else, or they're doing what they want to do, they're going to start going, nay. But you see, that's why here they don't have a problem, because of the way Alien Spaceship did it. I'm not saying I'm better or worse than anybody else. I'm not judging other channels. It's not my place. Shout out to other channels. I'm just saying, in my opinion, what the situation is. All right, Sam, thank you. Good night to you, if we're not on. Thank you for coming here. I'm going to read y'all's comments, because I was going on an alien rant. All right, here we go. Okay, Libby says, oh God, don't say murder or killing, because the mods will eat your EOS up. Keep in mind the host says those words, and people in the video, oh, really. Libby, that may come from a misinterpretation from me. Because I was on a channel, and he would say delete instead of killing. And I say delete instead of killing. But, in my opinion, there's a misinterpretation. I do not advise mods to attack anybody if they accidentally say kill or delete, if they want to follow that type of rule. I would suggest to just advise them. It's not compulsory, but suggesting to say delete instead would be good, but they don't have to, because I don't think it's okay to say kill or murder. It was because people may have seen me say delete and stuff, so they wanted to follow that, but there's a misinterpretation. Just like with religions may do this, or political people may do this. I'd say political, like, say, communism, where Karl Marx wrote something down and they did something else. So I would suggest it was wrong what they did, in my opinion. I think that they could say, we would advise people to say delete instead, but it's not compulsory to say delete if you want to say kill or murder. All right? It's just a preference. So I feel it was wrong for them to maybe attack you like that. As I said, that was just their interpretation of them maybe seeing me here. Or maybe they saw the idea spread over YouTube and people just interpreted it differently. All right, so that is understandable, and I think they could have done it a different way. Okay, and Miranda said, OMG, let me go back, hun, and check. OMG, it won't let me go back that far in chat. Scared. Miranda, if you scroll, it'll explain I've been MIA. I've seen grand jury tomorrow. I mean, do y'all understand what I'm saying? It was not on me. Missed you, Abby. Only been up to was causing with mini vacation. It was ridiculous. The mods were all full. And okay, we're going down the list now. I was taking up for the host and saying she always chair dances and we sing and dance in the chat. Then the effers turned on me. Sorry, I'm just upset. You just let it out, Libby. It's okay. Geez, Libby, sorry that happened to you. I've said something in there about heavy-handed mods. It's too bad. Abby said, I'm right. There you go. Please tell me that you're an Aquarius or Gemini. Moki said, the page bounced on me, okay? And like heavy-handed mods. Moki, I appreciate you old EOS mods and trying young mods and need to calm the F down. It was truly wrong. And see you, Sam. Good night, Sam. Sorry, y'all, Alien. I didn't mean to disrupt your live. You didn't disrupt the live. I'm here to help the ladies and my ladies in the chat. Aliens Angels. Shout out to Aliens Angels. This is another episode of Aliens Angels. I missed the whole thing. I was watching the mail trial. Moki, the time where y'all saw me is when it was happening. I said, eating EOS demented men really seems like the and getting their own salad tossed. I don't ever say it, but after them fighting with me, 2 other people came in the chat yelling at the mods. It was a whole thing. I am Aquarius. I talk but she was wrong me too on Irish. Okay. I said, every time I hear Virgo, I think that way. As I said, I think the content creator is at fault, in my opinion. But understood. Libby, thank you for telling us what happened. Yeah, Libby, I I was like, you know why she's not telling me skirt? Because she didn't. She was timed out. I was like, oh no. Right, exactly. Yeah. Now, Abby had a very abusive, creepy person she was with that abused her and did horrible things to her, and the guy wants to be a serial deleter. And she was telling us, and Miranda, pray for Abby, and she's fighting him in court, and he's an evil person. So pray for him. Pray for Abby. She's very brave, standing up for herself and other people. Moki and Abby are my safe haven facts. Yeah, group hug. And I will stand by what I think is that, and Irish was saying about how my channel is free speech, or not free speech, but she was saying it was less restrictive. And as I said, it's like it's not necessarily their fault. It's just either the person running the channel didn't set boundaries for the mods, or it was her rules that she implemented. In my opinion. Because I said, no one did that to anybody here. Well, guess what? Everyone's a mod. But anyway, yeah, as I said, it just depends what kind of people you're around. Abby said, thank you for elaborating, Alien. You're really amazing. It's a lot to explain. He's so effing dangerous. And also, dude, want to do explicit things to her deleted body, also. Scared. Oh, he said, yeah, shout out to Anna. If y'all will go back and chat and scroll over where it says what the chat is saying about live, you could see it all. And accept the comment on Tessa removed, and she removed something she could have. Okay, Moki, understood. Yeah, Moki, I agree. I'm not, as I said, I'm not. I understand she may not really know what the situation with the mods is, like a rules and set check. Yeah, she's just starting. I don't know if she knew what she was doing, getting into with the mods. Yeah, exactly. Abby said she wanted to eat the ashes too badly. I don't know why. Oh yeah, because it's that he eats ashes because he he can't get turned on by women because he only likes men and he hates himself for it. So he goes and attacks and does evil things to women because all he can get is men. And then he became attracted to men, and no woman will ever cook for him. So he wants to do that because he thinks that's all he's able to go and eat. But actually, he has a lot of prison food to eat in the prisons. It's like he's dumber than a bag of potatoes that are rotting. You know, all he can get is men, no women. So he wants to be spiteful and try to get that. Understood. Yeah, and cut a certain organ and are it in front of me while bleeding. Like, what? Who made this guy? Yeah, I think that he came from Shrek's booty. He was something that Shrek pooped out. And then it got rotten and it got different mushrooms growing on it, and that's what happened to him. Okay, Moki, understood. Right. Libby, and anybody else that wants to talk to us, feel free to talk.
Records to the defendants relating to this.
Objection, leading
All right,
calls.
I'll sustain the objection.
Thank you.
Leading, next
And
question.
Your Honor, if we could,
Let's,
the
if-
witness could be instructed not to answer until I've
All right.
lodged my objection.
Wait for the objection, please.
Could we bring up Defendant's Exhibit 1077?
Okay, Moki said, Alien, Aaron and I were talking about you replaying Heard tomorrow early since there's no trials. Okay, Moki, I'll do that, okay? Understood. And Miranda, he wants to be he wants to murder women and murder people.
Do you recognize this document?
My screen is black. Oh, sorry. Wait. Yes, I do.
And could you tell us what it is?
That's what my ENT, the ears, nose, and throat doctor, told me was
Objection, Your Honor,
the
hearsay.
damage.
All right, when there's objection, please stop talking. Thank you. All right, I'll sustain the objection as to hearsay.
Okay.
Abby says, the F they're going to do to me if I bring in an aluminum bat with me, I'm subpoenaed. Exactly. Exactly.
What, if any, you were asked if you had, it was suggested that you had not produced this in discovery. Is that true? or false?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
Your Honor,
and
she absolutely
So
did that.
it's leading. It is leading question, though. I'll sustain the objection as to leading.
What, if anything, did you do to produce medical records to the defendant, to the plaintiff in this case?
I turned over all of my devices, and they had Johnny's team had a third party or somebody they selected as a third party go and pull all relevant documents from those devices, which I handed over.
Do you know how many were handed over?
Hundreds of thousands, I believe, maybe.
Objection, Your Honor, lack of foundation.
All right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
And what, if anything, did you produce to the plaintiff in connection with your consultation with an ENT specialist relating to your nose?
Objection, leading,
Sustain.
What, I said, what, if
foundation,
anything?
hearsay.
What, if anything, is not the cure-all? It's sustained.
When did you see an ENT specialist?
2017 or 2016 or 17.
And as a result of that consultation, what did you learn about your nose?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'm not asking her to tell what they said.
Yeah, I'll sustain the objection.
What, if any, production did you make to the plaintiffs of your medical records with the ENT?
Objection, Your Honor, lack of foundation.
If you only have foundation.
Do you know whether the records, medical records from your EMT were produced in discovery in this
Objection,
case?
Your Honor, lack of foundation calls for speculation.
I'm
I'm
asking.
overruled if she knows.
Thank you.
Yes.
And do you recall? I'm trying.
Her attorney was so goofy.
What, if anything, did the medical records reflect about your nose?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Do you have injuries to your nose?
Yes,
Please describe those to the jury.
I have
I'm going to
a bunch of
object
scar
to the,
tissue.
I'm going to object to the extent it calls for hearsay and lack of foundation
Overruled.
and improper expert opinion.
Well, we'll,
She can certainly testify too.
we'll see where it goes. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a significant amount of scar tissue in my nose.
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection.
What, if any, difficulty do you have breathing?
Objection, leading.
What, if anything? And that does cure on
No,
it.
it doesn't. But I'll overrule the objection.
Thank you. Do you remember the question?
I have a significant amount of trouble breathing at night, and I've been putting off having surgery for it.
Now, you were asked about December 15, 2015, and Ms. Vasquez suggested that you did not report the abuse or the injuries to Aaron Falati. Do you recall that
Objection, Your
question?
Honor, leading.
Your Honor, I'm entitled to go into what Ms. Vasquez asked.
The objection is leading. I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Did you report, what, if anything, did you report to Aaron Falati about the abuse you sustained on 12/15/2015?
Objection, leading and hearsay.
Approach.
Miranda, that's bars. Adrenaline in my soul, every thought out of control. Burn, incinerate all haters that do not fit the mold. They just become old and cold. We are the most bold. This is a true story that has ever been told. Facts. All right, Abby. We trust that you got this. Give you the drill and the blowtorch. You got this, partner. All right. Okay, fam. Certainly. Oh, okay. Hilarious, Miranda. Are you playing this tomorrow also? God, come on.
And I told her what happened.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
And when did you see Dr. Connell Cowan?
I saw him the next day, December 16th is my best recollection.
Let's jump to East Asia for a moment. And we saw a number of pictures from the backless dress. What, if any, motivation would you have to claim that Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back?
Miranda, that's my favorite too. Come on. Scared. Undertaker's my favorite also. Oh yeah, Abby, you're out of this world. Yeah. Wow.
Knowing you had a backless dress.
Objection, Your Honor.
I
Leading,
think I can bring
calls
that
for
out.
speculation.
It's still leading. I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Why did you say that Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back in East Asia?
In the closet of the hotel room in Tokyo, I said that because it happened to me. And it would have been much more convenient if I was making it up to not include that detail, knowing I had a backless dress and I walked a press line and got photographed.
Now, we've heard testimony about Mr. Depp making a total of $65 million in 2015 and 2016 from his experts.
Objection, Your Honor.
Why did
Leading,
I haven't asked the question.
hearsay, I mean,
Why did you not ask for $32.5 million from Mr. Depp?
Your Honor, leading,
I said, why did you not ask?
irrelevant.
I'll sustain the
Explanation.
objection. Sustain the objection to leading. Next question.
Why, can I just ask, why did you not ask for $32.5 million from Mr. Depp?
Because I didn't want
Asked
it.
and answered, relevance.
Oh, overruled. Go.
Because I didn't want it. I realized that that's what I was entitled to, but I didn't want it. That simple.
The tape recording that was played that has you laughing quite a bit, can you tell the jury what the context of that particular tape recording was?
I don't really recall a whole lot about what was going on. I know we had been fighting kind of ad nauseum and in this sort of loop, if you will, and I'm doing my best to not show my pain. That's what I was trying to do, was trying to be tough, not show what kind of pain I was in. Okay.
Now, Ms. Vasquez asked you about how you got your role in Aquaman. Could you please describe to the jury how you got your role in
Yes.
Aquaman?
I auditioned, not Johnny. I auditioned. I worked really hard, and I went to where we were filming the first movie, Justice League. I went, I think, 5.5 months early before filming commenced, when I heard that they wanted to fire me, and so I put myself in the job.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Sustain.
Keep it away.
I worked
What-
really
what they
hard.
said.
I worked really hard on that and had to prove myself. And I did that for, even though I was only filming for 6 days, I was there for 6 months. Just worked my butt off. That's
What if
why.
What, if any, role did Mr. Depp play in your getting Aquaman?
He tried to have me fired from it.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
All right. I'll sustain as speculation.
How do you know that he tried to have you fired?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation and hearsay and lack of foundation.
I'm trying to lay a foundation.
All right. If you lay a foundation.
I saw it. I saw the emails. I saw the texts.
I'll sustain the objection as to hearsay. Next question.
You were asked about Isaac Baruch and why and that he saw no marks. What is your recollection of your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the week of May 22nd?
I saw Isaac when I was coming or going, meaning I was leaving or arriving to the building. I saw him at a distance. We did not have a in-depth conversation, nor would we. And I told him, actually, right after it happened, what his friend had done.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I don't think it's offered to prove the truth of the matter you've asserted.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay. Stay away from what was said. Can you just tell us what interaction you had with him and his opportunity to observe you with absolutely no makeup?
Objection, Your Honor.
Johnny's face is priceless. And this is not what we saw yesterday. This is the second part of it that we didn't see, by the way.
Leading.
Sustain the objection, it's leading.
Please describe for the jury your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the week of May 22nd.
Well, not only did I have makeup on, but I did attempt to kind of let him know what happened.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
You were asked some questions about Officer Melissa Science's testimony. What, if anything, do you recall relating to Officer Melissa Science's testimony relating to your injuries?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Your Honor said I could redirect after the cross-examination when she...
You want to approach?
Libby said, "Love y'all. Don't be upset with me about the incident. The other channel, I really like T2T channel. Understood. Understood. Yeah.
About the property damage.
Objection calls for speculation.
Do you know?
Yes,
Please tell us.
as much friendship at that time as I could possibly get.
Now, the video showed him laying his head on your shoulder. Can you describe for the jury what the interaction was, without saying what was said, what the interaction was that led to that?
He, after seeing my face, put his
Objection, Your
head on
Honor.
my
Calls
shoulder.
for speculation.
That doesn't call for speculation. If she sees that he sees her.
He touched the side of my
I'll
face
sustain the
too.
objection.
And
Okay.
again, Your Honor, if we can instruct the witness
If
to...
you could wait till after the objection, please. All right, next question.
What did Mr. Franco do on the elevator before laying his head on your shoulder?
He kind of touched the side of my face and responded to what he saw.
We talked about you were shown a bunch of newspaper headlines, and there was one in particular referring to sexual violence. What, if anything, did Mr. Waldman do to you relating to that article?
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for speculation.
What did he do to her?
Unintelligible. I don't understand the question.
Overruled, we'll see where it goes.
He was carrying the paper that had that headline on it that he leaked and threw it at me at the UK trial. We were unfortunately sat kind of, well, actually literally next to one another with COVID spacing in between us, and he threw the paper down at me as he sat down with that on the cover.
And where was that?
In the UK, at the UK trial.
Objection, Your Honor. This is beyond the scope.
That's not beyond the
No,
scope.
overruled.
Thank you. Why did you tweet about the makeup and Mr. Waldman?
Because he was calling me a liar and a hoaxer, and that this was an elaborate hoax just to get Johnny.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question. Next question.
Yeah, okay. I don't have any more questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right. Maybe you can have a seat next to your attorney, okay? You can go have a seat next to her. That's fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take our afternoon recess then for 15 minutes. Do not discuss the case with anybody and don't do any outside research, okay? Recess then for 15 minutes. Do not discuss the case with anybody and don't do any outside research, okay?
All right, that is done. Okay. Although we didn't watch, I'll watch it from the beginning now. There's a bunch of these things. Oh God. Now tomorrow also, we'll do that too. Now, by the way, I only put this halfway through. We didn't watch the full beginning of it, but we'll watch more of that. We're gonna watch another one of her for y'all to see. All right.
All right. We want to approach? Sure. Okay.
I remember when this was happening, and chat was saying that she looks like a Chairman Mao outfit, like she's like a communist outfit, and people were all like confused about it, like why was she dressed like that? Scared.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. Heard.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Depp hasn't looked at you once this entire trial, has he?
Not that I've noticed, no.
You've looked at him, though, many times, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
You know exactly why Mr. Depp won't look back at you, don't you?
I do.
He promised you you would never see his eyes again. Isn't that true?
I don't recall if he said that.
One of the last times you ever saw Mr. Depp was when you met him in San Francisco in July of 2016, right?
That was the second to last time I saw him, yes.
And this was after you had publicly accused him of domestic violence.
I got my restraining order before that, yes. Mm-hmm.
And this is after you had obtained the domestic violence restraining order against him.
That's correct.
Let's please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 1229. For the record, it's at 1101 through 1209. I'm going to ask that it be admitted into evidence.
Any objection to 1229?
Yes.
All right, 1229, you want to enter it in its entirety?
Yes, please.
Okay, 1229 entered in its entirety. Go ahead and play your section.
No. Oh, no, a hug will save it all. All this, everything you just...
I just wanted to touch you.
Really? After all this shit you just said?
I just wanted to give
After
you
all
a
this
hug.
shit you fucking accused me of? You
Yes,
want to
please,
touch me?
please stop me.
Fucking...
Please stop.
Fucking nuts.
Please, I just wanted to hug you. To say bye. I wanted to end that.
We did that last night. It's fine. That was nothing. No, because I'm nothing to you. And I will always be nothing to you.
Calm. Calm.
What? You're not my shrink. No, it's your dream.
She's so whiny.
No, we'll never see each other again. You don't take my fucking glasses off. You know, right fucking looking at not my fucking eyes. You will not see my eyes again.
That's you and Mr. Depp in that recording.
That is.
And this is from when you and Mr. Depp met in San Francisco in July of 2016, right?
Yes, that's what it sounds like. That was in the hotel. We met once after that as well.
This is after you publicly accused him of domestic abuse.
Yes, and got my TRO.
And he tells you you will not see my eyes again, doesn't he?
Yes, he does in that recording.
And he kept that promise, hasn't he?
As far as I know, he cannot look at me.
He won't look at you, right, Miss Heard?
He can't.
One of the first questions your counsel asked you on direct is, why are you here? Do you remember that?
I do.
Let's please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 357A, which is already in evidence, Your Honor. And for the record, it's 2122 through 2140.
judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence, and
Yes.
It's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
That's your voice on that recording, right?
Yes, it is.
And you were speaking with Mr. Depp?
Yes.
And you said to Mr. Depp, quote, you can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and the judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, a man, a victim too of domestic violence, end quote. That's what you said, right?
I was saying it to the man who beat me up, yes. I thought it was preposterous.
And the man you beat up numerous times. Right, Ms. Heard?
I could never hurt Johnny.
You're here in this courtroom because Mr. Depp finally told the world that he's a victim of domestic violence.
I know that he is suing me, and has sued other people or corporations that have said that as well.
You didn't think he would tell the world he was a victim of domestic violence, did you?
I found it hard to believe that he could or that he would do that, considering the relationship he and I had. I thought it would be crazy for him to do so, knowing what I know we lived through.
Or, as you said to him in that recording, who was going to believe that Johnny Depp, a man, is a victim of domestic violence, right?
With all due respect, I wasn't saying it because he's a man. I was saying it because he's a man who beat me up for 5 years.
Mr. Depp is your victim, isn't he?
She's saying she was beat up for 5 years. Oh my god. This is so ridiculous. Especially those that knew him. He was nothing like that. You know, I said Abby's story is a story of abuse, but this is a story of obtuse. Right?
No, ma'am.
And once he left you, you continued to abuse him publicly by calling him an abuser, didn't you?
He is an abuser, and you can look either of us up online and figure out who's being abused online.
Let's look at some of that. Mr. Depp wears rings on every finger, doesn't he, Miss Heard?
That's my experience, yes.
And they're not delicate rings, are they?
No, they are not.
Every one of his fingers is adorned, your words, big, chunky rings. Isn't that right?
That's my experience of him.
And Mr. Depp is always wearing rings, right, Miss Heard?
That's my experience of him.
And you've never known him not to wear these rings.
That's my experience, is he normally wore rings, yes.
So Mr. Depp was wearing these big, chunky rings on every finger. Every incident of abuse you've described to this jury, right?
I can't say for certain it was in every single incident.
But you've never known him not to wear rings, right?
In general, my experience with Johnny is that he wears rings almost all the time.
Ms. Heard, do you recall giving testimony in a deposition in this matter in January of this year?
I do.
Can we please play from your deposition, day 2, 512, page 512, lines 11 through 15?
You said he hit you and he was wearing rings, right, Ms. Heard? So he hit you with
Facts, Libby. Facts.
rings on every finger?
I don't know if I've ever known Johnny to not wear rings.
Yeah.
Ms. Heard, you testified to an incident in March of 2013 where Mr. Depp hit you in the face multiple times. Do you recall that?
That's correct.
And you testified, quote, you don't know how many times he hit you in the face.
That's correct.
So Mr. Depp hit you in the face multiple times while he was wearing rings on this occasion, correct?
Which occasion in March are you referencing? You weren't
The
specific.
testimony that you gave on day 15 of this trial, March of 2013. You weren't specific as to the day.
There were several incidents.
The one where he hit you several times in the face.
There were I'm sorry, just so I understand better, there were several incidents in March. Which one are you asking me about?
The time that he hit you several times in the face wearing rings.
Well, he pretty
In
much
March
always...
of 2013.
Right. What are you asking me? I'm sorry.
Skirt. 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 Scared. Skirt.
He was wearing rings on that occasion?
I pretty much always knew him to wear rings.
Okay, let's please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 170A, which is already in evidence, Your Honor. You testified that this is a picture you took after that incident, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, that was one where he grabbed me.
And hit you in the face so many times that you don't remember. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And there's no injuries to your face in this picture, are there?
Not that this picture shows.
And there's no medical records reflecting that you sought treatment after this alleged incident either.
I did not seek medical treatment at this time.
So there's no medical records reflecting any injuries to your face after he hit you several times.
I did not need to go to the doctor at the time.
Despite hitting you several times that you lost count with rings on his fingers.
That's correct. I did not seek medical attention, other than my therapist.
You testified.
Howdy, Overtime. Great to see you. Watching and reacting to your Johnny Depp trial. So she was claiming that that was a bruise from Johnny, but if this is, she is being a complete BSer, a complete nonsense.
To another incident in March of 2013, where Mr. Depp hit you while he was wearing a lot of rings. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, ma'am.
And you testified you felt like your lip went through your teeth and it got a little blood on the wall.
Thank you, Overtime.
Yes, I remember that.
There isn't a picture of you with injuries after that alleged incident, is there?
I don't know if I've seen one. I can't recall. There are a lot of pictures.
You didn't produce any photographs after that alleged incident, did you?
I don't know if I took one or if it's included. I'm not quite sure which ones.
You didn't show any pictures to the jury after describing that alleged incident, that your lip went into your teeth. You don't remember that, right? You didn't show any pictures to this jury after describing that incident, right?
I don't believe I've seen that picture admitted.
That picture doesn't exist.
I don't know which one you're talking about. We have pictures from March 2013, yes.
The only picture that you've produced and shown to this jury is the one that was just put up on the screen, where you said he hit you multiple times in the face, and you appear to have what is a bruise on your arm, correct?
I believe this is the only picture that's in evidence right now.
That's the only picture you've shown to this jury from March 2013, correct?
I believe so.
You testified about an incident in Russia on or about June 26, 2013. Do you remember that?
Yes, that's correct.
You testified that Mr. Depp, quote, whacked you in the face.
That's correct.
And you went to the bathroom after that, right?
I did.
And then, according to your testimony, when you came out of the bathroom, Jerry Judge, Mr. Depp's security guard, who's passed away, pointed out that your nose was bleeding, right?
He did that in the hallway.
And you said you hadn't known that your nose was bleeding until Jerry Judge pointed it out to you?
Yes, that's correct. I was unaware until he brought it up to me. I didn't...
Yes, so we're watching the replay. This is old. This is from 2022. Where we are re-watching it.
I didn't see it when I was in the bathroom, but I wasn't looking.
So it's your testimony that you went into the bathroom and didn't look in the mirror, which I assume was in the bathroom, to notice that your nose was bleeding?
That's not why I went into the bathroom. I went into the bathroom crying. I don't even know if I paid attention to the mirror. I certainly didn't enough to notice any blood.
And you didn't take any pictures of your bloody nose either, did you?
I did not.
But pictures were taken of you in Russia, though. Isn't that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We had or a dinner.
Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1248.
Over time, that is... Nope. There is quite a bit of drama, and Heard made herself look really stupid by what she started.
Ms. Heard, this is a picture of you and Mr. Depp in Russia, correct?
That's correct.
I'm going to move to admit.
All right, no objection. 1248 in evidence. You can publish.
And this is you and Mr. Depp in Russia for the Lone Ranger premiere, correct?
It was a dinner function, I believe, in promotion of the movie. Wasn't the premiere, if I recall.
You don't have any visible injuries to your face, do you?
None that you can see.
Let's look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 1249. This is a picture of you, isn't it right?
That's correct.
I'm going to move to admit, Exhibit 1249.
All right, 1249 in evidence.
This is also a picture from when you were in Russia for the Lone Ranger premiere, right?
That is correct.
And you have no visible injuries to your face, do you?
None that you can see.
Even though Mr. Depp whacked you in the face so hard that your nose bled?
He did.
While wearing chunky big rings, right?
That's correct.
You also testify that Mr. Depp, again, whacked you in the face after the Met Gala in May of 2014, right?
That is correct.
You testified that you thought he hit you so hard he broke your nose.
That's correct.
You said your nose was, quote, swollen, discolored, red.
That is correct. I took a picture of that.
You testified you took a picture of your face after this.
I did.
But you didn't show that picture to the jury, did you?
I would like to.
But you didn't show it, did you?
That's not up to me.
You understand you were under an obligation to produce all photographs after any alleged incidents of violence, right, Ms. Heard?
I produced everything.
You didn't produce any photographs after the Met Gala.
I produced everything.
Anna says if I hit her with the rings, she'd never work again. Her face would be marred. Exactly. Yeah, she thinks her face was hit by Johnny Depp's rings. She would not even have a face anymore. Like, he'd have to be the most softest person ever, like a pillow or something. Abby, I feel so bad that happened to you. And exactly, you could see that there's a difference between when it really happens and when this person makes up that it happened. Right. I like that. Yeah, nuclear. I like that over time. Facts.
Also understand that you're under an obligation to produce all medical records reflecting any
A toxic ass clown. Yes.
injuries you allegedly sustained from Mr. Depp, correct?
That's correct.
And you haven't produced any pictures or any medical records reflecting a broken nose after the Met Gala in May of 2014, have you?
I have given everything to my lawyers. Everything. I've turned over literally everything that I have.
Is it your testimony, Ms. Heard, that you sought medical treatment after Mr. Depp allegedly broke your nose after the Met Gala?
Not after the Met Gala. I did not seek medical attention, no.
You also attended an event after the Met Gala in May of 2014, didn't you?
That is correct.
And you went to the All-Star Comedy Tribute to Don Rickles.
That is correct.
That was the next night after the Met Gala.
That is correct.
And there were pictures of you taken at this event.
Yes.
Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1252. This is a picture of you, Ms. Heard,
Yes, it is.
at that event,
Yes, it is.
the night after the Met Gala.
Yes, it is.
The night after Mr. Depp allegedly broke your nose?
I'm not sure if it was broken, for the record, but yeah, you should see what it looked like underneath the makeup.
He whacked you so hard in the face that you thought you had broken your nose.
Exactly.
Right. Permission to admit this photograph?
All right, 1252 in evidence.
This is a picture of you, Mr. Depp, and Don Rickles, right?
That is correct.
Let's please pull up.
Yeah, I think that Heard was making it up or exaggerated it. I think Johnny was innocent in the situation, but he was not perfect. He did drink and do things he wasn't supposed to do. But I don't think that he was responsible for these allegations that she claimed that he did, in my opinion.
Plaintiff's Exhibit 1253. This is another picture from that evening, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, it is.
Permission to admit Exhibit 1253 and publish it.
All right, so moved. 1253 in evidence.
This is a picture of you and Mr. Depp at the event the night after Mr. Depp allegedly whacked you in the face so hard you thought he had broken your nose.
All right, Libby, good night to you. Thank you for being here, and good night to you. Thank you for shouting out to the angels and the dudes in the chat. Take care.
He did whack me in the face, and I did think it broke my nose.
And this is you the night after.
Yes, it is.
Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1254.
Yeah, she would have had some rain marks, Miranda. That's true. And her face would not look like that if someone's really being abused. And sometimes when she had marks, they think that she did it with makeup, allegedly.
This is also a picture of you at the same event, correct, Ms. Heard?
That is correct.
Move to admit Plaintiff's Exhibit 1254.
All right, 1254 in evidence. You can publish. Thank you.
And just to confirm now that the jury can see it, this is a picture of you at the same event, the night after Mr. Depp allegedly whacked you in the face so hard you thought he broke your nose.
This is a picture of me after he did whack me in the face.
The night after, right?
Yes, it is. I believe it was the night after, yes.
Your nose doesn't appear to be injured in any of these pictures, does it, Ms. Heard?
I'm wearing makeup.
Your nose doesn't appear to be injured in any of these pictures, does it, Ms. Heard?
That's why I'm wearing makeup.
Right. And makeup covers up swelling, right?
Makeup will not cover up swelling. Ice will, though.
Ice will cover up swelling?
Ice reduces swelling. Normally, the swelling after that kind of injury is not as bad as you might imagine, and for me, it wasn't that bad. I have a picture of it underneath the makeup. That's how I know how to reference it.
A picture you haven't produced or shown to this jury, right, Ms. Heard?
I produced everything.
But you haven't shown it to this jury.
I would very much like to. It's not my job.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes, that's fine.
And Miranda, she says the makeup explanation. Here we go. Yeah. Now, the one where she was hit on the face, she said people in the chat were thinking it was makeup. Oh, thank you, Overtime. And I'm not talking about any other bruises she had, but I don't really know. She could have especially if if she knew anything about costume. We're not talking about makeup like they're kind of put on, but like costume makeup, like where you like can, like if someone does a scene that they're injured but they put certain makeup on. Now maybe that's not true, or maybe it was something else. But I was talking about there was one time I know where I think that in the face it had to look like makeup, but these other ones could have been costume makeup, or maybe what you said, a drunken fall. I don't really know. I don't think that he was abusing her, though, in my opinion, though. Right, Miranda, right. And I know it kind of sounds cliche with it's like, oh, it was just makeup, but yeah, she knew about costume makeup, so I think that maybe the bruises were done by some sort of costume makeup. Maybe it was some other kind of fall she had, or maybe she had someone else do it. I just think it was not him, because it would be more severe, or it would be different looking if he did it. And he just was not, remember, Miranda, he was not known in his history to abuse any of his girlfriends he was with. He didn't have a track record of it. And like one time her face looked like there was maybe some makeup that she used, and other times it could have been like costume makeup, or it could have been some other way it could have been done. But I just do not. I'm not saying that he's perfect, or he may have done things he wasn't supposed to do. What I mean by that, he got drunk. I'm sure he probably hollered or he abused cabinets, but I don't think that he was hurting her, in my opinion. She's seen movie makeup. She probably failing down the top of Johnny by accident. They do a lot of Coca-Cola, bro. They do a lot of coke, yeah, they do. The drugs are used by a lot of people in Hollywood, yeah. DJ, I think that she was abusing him, and he held her, and that's where the bruise was from, an OMG, to the witnesses. DJ Wright, who the F gets high in court? I do coke. Yeah. She definitely did coke in the courtroom. I remember that time that we were talking about that during the trial, that she was doing coke. Yeah, definitely over time, right? Exactly. Yeah, Miranda, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, everybody was like, everyone saw her do coke. It was hilarious. Oh, yeah. Yeah, hilarious, Miranda. Hilarious.
Testified that in January of 2015, there was an incident in Tokyo before Mr. Depp's Mordecai, the film Mordecai's premiere. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, Miranda, I'm not okay with not Johnny, with Ozzy passing. He was a legend, and yeah, I see what you're saying. He did coke, and yeah. So you're Ozzy, Miranda. Yeah, but yeah, shout out to Ozzy. Rest in peace to him. I'm not okay with him leaving the earth either.
And you told this jury that on this occasion, Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back.
That's correct, in the closet.
And you also told this jury that you wore a backless dress to the Mordecai premiere that very same night.
I did.
And you testified that you were checking for bruises in the car on the way to the event to make sure that there were, quote, no visible marks, right?
I was checking on my phone after the event to make sure that you couldn't see anything.
Your testimony was that you were checking in the car on the way to the event to make sure that there were no marks on your back.
Perhaps I misspoke or misunderstood. It was on the way back from it was after I was concerned. After, concerned that there would be marks in any photographs since we were being photographed at Johnny's press event.
And you didn't show this jury.
This video is just wow. It's definitely wow. Miranda said, I've been listening and crying to Ozzy every night and his shows all day. I feel bad. He was such an addict. I am one recovering. Understood. I'm glad that you're recovering. Yeah, facts, Overtime. We're all recovering from something. And yeah, maybe she had it in her makeup box. There you go. Scared. Definitely probably just like slipped it out and did it. Definitely.
A picture of you in that backless dress, though, did you?
I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry.
You didn't show this jury a picture of you at the Mordecai premiere wearing a backless dress, did you?
I haven't had the opportunity to.
Okay.
I assume you have it?
I do. Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1256. This is a picture of you and Mr. Depp, or the back of you, at the Mordecai premiere in Tokyo, correct, Ms. Heard?
That is correct.
Your Honor, I move to admit and publish this picture.
All right, 1256 in evidence.
This is you in the backless dress at the Mordecai premiere in Tokyo, right?
That is correct.
You would agree that there are no bruises or visible marks on your back in this picture?
No, not that I could see.
Miranda said, Alien, she clearly had bags of it in her handkerchief. Right. And Anna said, listen to all this Cree-up. It's ridiculous. All these beatings, she'd be deleted. Yeah.
This is you in the backless dress at
Amen, Miranda.
the Mordecai premiere in Tokyo, right?
That is correct.
You would agree that there are no bruises.
It was hard.
Night. Ms. Heard, you testified that in January of 2015, there was an incident in Tokyo before Mr. Depp's Mordecai, the film Mordecai's premiere. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you told this jury that on this occasion, Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back.
That's correct, in the closet.
And you also told this jury that you wore a backless dress to the Mordecai premiere that very same night.
I did.
And you testified that you were checking for bruises in the car on the way to the event to make sure that there were, quote, no visible marks, right?
I was checking on my phone after the event to make sure that you couldn't see anything.
Your testimony was that you were checking in the car on the way to the event to make sure that there were no marks on your back.
Perhaps I misspoke or I misunderstood. It was on the way back from it was after I was concerned. After, concerned that there would be marks in any photographs since we were being photographed at Johnny's press event.
And you didn't show this jury a picture of you in that backless dress, though, did you? You testified that this is a picture of you after the incident on December 15th, 2015, right?
It was.
And if we could also please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 517, which is also in evidence.
It's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is also a picture of you after the incident on December 15th, 2015.
That's correct.
Hello, Shell. Good to see you. We're rewatching scenes from the Johnny Depp trial. This is old footage. It's just we're rewatching it. And good evening, Shell. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's just to me that doesn't seem like what she's saying it is. It doesn't look that lethal. It doesn't look lethal at all. She'd have a restraining order on orders, bodyguards, dogs, etc. Exactly. And he's so much bigger than her, and he would have done a big number on her. Liar she is. Exactly.
If we could please pull up plaintiff's exhibit
Corona face.
409, which is already in evidence. These pictures ended up in People magazine in June of 2016. Isn't that right, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
You gave these pictures to People magazine after you publicly accused Mr. Depp of domestic abuse, didn't you?
I didn't personally know.
This was you protecting Mr. Depp after you got the restraining order against him, isn't it?
No, this is him calling me a liar and me forcing to prove it, as I mentioned to you earlier.
So you did give these pictures to People magazine?
No, I gave these pictures actually to my lawyers and my representatives at the time.
So it's your testimony, Ms. Heard, that your lawyers and representatives gave these pictures of their client to People magazine in the middle of a contentious divorce?
I certainly did not personally give it, no.
You also have a medical record from after the December 15th, 2015 incident, don't you?
A partial one, yes.
You went to see Dr. Kipper's office a couple days later.
That's right. He wasn't in the office.
Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 47, which is already in evidence? This is your medical record for December 17th, 2015, isn't it, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
And this record doesn't document any physical injuries on you, does it?
I don't think so, no. I don't think I spoke to Kipper. I didn't speak to Kipper that day.
Yes, Miranda, I remember that. I remember the Jason Momoa incident, yes. Who makes articles about lying about abuse instead of call police. Exactly.
And
But you
I
went
didn't.
Yeah, get her over time. Yeah, Amber Heard's a turd.
to Dr. Kipper's office and were seen, correct?
I went to Dr. Kipper's office for a concussion check.
Right, okay. And this medical record is from that visit, correct?
Partially, yes.
Scroll down, please, if we could. The signature, Kipper, down below. This is the entirety of the medical record. Right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, what I meant by partial is I didn't talk about what happened to me. I didn't get into my injuries. I didn't get into what happened or ask for anything other than should I get some sort of scan done.
But this record doesn't document any physical injuries on you, does it?
I'd have to read it in full, but I don't know.
Well, let's do that. If we could please go, well, under skin on the second page, it reads intact, normal color, moisture, hair distribution, texture, turgor, no signs of, oh, this is going to be hard, cyanosis, mottling, jaundice.
It also says I'm a well-nourished male.
Right. I have no idea what that means.
I think this medical record's missing a lot of things.
Yeah, but it doesn't document any physical injuries.
Doesn't seem to be documenting anything.
Probably because there was nothing to document, right, Ms. Heard?
I disagree with you on that.
You don't have any medical records reflecting that you broke your nose during your relationship with Mr. Depp, do you?
I saw an ENT after my relationship ended.
And you saw an ENT, it's your testimony under oath that you saw an ENT for broken noses that you sustained as a result of Mr. Depp?
No, but the ENT told me I sustained
Objection.
multiple fractures.
No, I'm going to move to strike.
I'll sustain the objection. I'll move it to strike. Okay.
Thank you. So again, just to try my question, there's no medical records reflecting that you broke your nose during your relationship with Mr. Depp, is there, Ms. Heard?
I don't know what made it an evidence, but I do know that I documented that visit and that everything was given to my attorneys.
Ms. Heard, you never went to see any doctor or surgeon to treat a broken nose during your relationship with Mr. Depp, yes or no?
I never sought treatment for a broken nose while I was with Johnny.
Or after you were with Mr. Depp, as a result of any injuries you sustained as a result of Mr. Depp?
Afterwards, yes, I did.
And you didn't produce those medical records in this case?
I'm going to object, Your Honor. She did.
I did.
I don't know. All right.
They have not been produced, Your
Yet
Honor.
they've not only
All right,
been
if you would
produced,
come and approach.
Yeah, so, and that's what we do over time with my trial watching friends. We watch these trials for hours and hours, all day long. And now tomorrow during the day, I want to play some scenes from this Johnny Depp trial in the daytime, because people requested it from the trial group. Yeah, so we watch that's what my friends and I do with the different trials that are newer. Yeah, but this one, you're kind of like one to look at and react to. So, with the new, and also over time with news and stuff, nothing really new going on. With the Epstein thing, Trump said that Epstein stole Virginia Giuffre from him, and there seems to be some backlash about that. And something about Diddy, where Trump might pardon Diddy, apparently. So, that's some new stuff, but there was nothing really much going on, and we're reacting to some of these things also.
You don't have any medical records reflecting that...
Yeah, right on overtime. Well, hello, Sam. We're watching a new scenes from... Not new scenes, but other scenes from that trial. Just to let you all know that tomorrow during the day, I'll be playing some more of it for the trial people that requested it, and from our channel. Yeah, over time, absolutely, yeah. She's completely cringe indeed.
You required any dental work during your relationship with Mr. Depp, do you?
I don't know. I don't recall.
You don't recall, one way or another, seeking dental care for any injuries you allegedly sustained?
You asked me about if I had produced records, or if I had records. That's a different question.
Did you ever see a dentist or an oral surgeon as a result of any injuries you sustained with Mr. Depp?
Not about any injury I had from Johnny, no.
And you don't have any medical records reflecting that you required any reconstructive work during your relationship with Mr. Depp, do you?
I never required reconstructive work, so there would be no records.
What you do have, Ms. Heard, are pictures of Mr. Depp sleeping, though, right? The jury saw a lot of those.
Yes.
Ms. Heard, let's take a look at Defendant's Exhibit 1090, which is already in evidence. You took this photograph, right, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
And you testified that this was taken in Tokyo in July of 2013, correct?
Yes.
So you decided to take a picture of Mr. Depp asleep on the floor?
He was passed out.
That's a yes.
And I took a picture of him because he wouldn't remember. He claimed he didn't pass out that way. And sometimes security would carry him like a baby into bed, get him changed, and he would be none the wiser. So I started taking pictures of it so that he knew that it was real, that it had gotten this bad.
Let's take a look at.
I always thought that was hilarious because it's like Willy Wonka that got too drunk and passed out. What about the nose sidebar? Let's see. What about the Rottenborn? He'll be coming up. Rottenborn will be coming up.
At Defendant's Exhibit 1091, which is already in evidence. You took this picture as well.
Yes,
And this is the picture that was taken in the Bahamas, right?
it's one of them, yes.
And this is a picture of Mr. Depp taking a nap on his tropical island.
I believe he was on the nod, but as he would say.
Sleeping on the nod on his island.
They're very different, in my opinion. And
Okay.
yes, he is on the island.
On vacation.
We were on vacation, yes.
Let's also take a look at Defendant's Exhibit 1092, which is also in evidence. You also took this picture, right, Ms. Heard?
That's correct. I did.
And this is another picture of Mr. Depp asleep in a chair.
No, he was nodding off. Sleep is different. When you're nodding off, you're high on drugs. Didn't even feel the cigarette in his hand that had, been burning on his leg. It was cause for alarm for me, naturally, because I cared about him.
It's your testimony under oath that Mr. Depp is holding a cigarette in this picture?
He had been.
You seem to really like taking pictures of Mr. Depp while he's sleeping, don't you?
I hated it. I hated it.
Let's look at Defendant's Exhibit 1094, which is also in evidence.
Okay, and yeah, I got the scene that did that. Let's see. Shout out to Mary Toodles. We're reacting to more scenes to the Johnny Depp trial. That happened. All right, this is the part, apparently.
If you want to lay a foundation.
Do you know whether the records, medical records from your EMT were produced in discovery? in this
Objection,
case?
Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for speculation.
I'm
I'm
asking.
overruled if she knows.
Thank you.
Yes.
And do you recall? I'm trying. What, if anything, did the medical records reflect about your nose?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Do you have injuries to your nose?
Yes.
Please describe those to the jury.
I have
I'm going to
a bunch of scar tissue.
I'm going to object to the extent it calls for hearsay and lack of foundation
Overruled.
and improper expert opinion.
Well,
She can certainly testify too.
we'll see where it goes. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a significant amount of scar tissue in my nose.
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll sustain the objection.
What, if any, difficulty do you have breathing?
Objection, leading.
What, if anything? And that does cure on
No,
it.
it doesn't. But I'll overrule the objection.
Thank you. Do you remember the question?
I have a significant amount of trouble breathing at night, and I've been putting off having surgery for it.
Now, you were asked about December 15, 2015, And Ms. Vasquez suggested that you did not report the abuse or the injuries to Aaron Filati. Do you recall that
Objection,
question?
Your Honor, leading.
Your Honor, I'm entitled to go into what Ms. Vasquez asked.
The objection is leading, I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Did you report, what if anything did you report to Aaron Filati about the abuse you sustained on 12/15 to
Good night, Abby. Take care. Tomorrow, everything's gonna be fine.
2015?
Objection, leading and hearsay.
Approach.
Did you tell Nurse Filati on 12/16/2015 about the injuries you sustained from the 12/15/2015 attack?
I did. I believe I sent her pictures too.
Okay. And did you text with Nurse Filati on 12/16/2015 about the injuries that you had suffered as a result of Mr. Depp's attack on you on 12/15?
Yes, she guided me through a concussion check.
And did you tell Connell Cowan about the injuries you sustained?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
It's prior consistent statements.
All right, I'm going to sustain the objection at this point. Next question.
Do you recall Dr. Laurel Anderson testifying that she saw two black eyes on
Objection, Your Honor,
12/17?
leading.
Sustain as to leading. Okay.
What, if anything, do you recall from Laurel Anderson's testimony in this case about what she observed on 12/17/2015?
Objection, Your Honor, this is outside the scope of cross-examination.
It's prior consistent
I'm going to
statements.
sustain the objection.
It's observations for the 12/17, the same day.
Sustain the objection. Next question.
May I?
Okay.
When in December did you see Dr. Laurel Anderson?
Objection, lack of foundation.
Overruled.
I saw her 2 days after the attack.
So on what day did you see her then?
That would have been the 17th of December, 2016, and I told her what happened.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
No, sustain the objection.
And when did you see Dr. Connell Cowan?
I saw him the next day, December 16th is my best recollection.
Let's jump to East Asia for a moment. And we saw a number of pictures from the backless dress.
Her lawyer really made herself look like a fool in this one. And this has to do with the scar tissue surgery on the nose that Anna was mentioning. So yeah, complete looking like a fool. Her lawyer made the situation worse.
What, if any, motivation would you have to claim that Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back, knowing you had a backless dress?
Objection, Your Honor.
I
Leading,
think I can bring
calls for
this out.
speculation.
It's still leading. I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Why did you say that Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back in East Asia?
In the closet of the hotel room in Tokyo, I said that because it happened to me. And it would have been much more convenient if I was making it up to not include that detail, knowing I had a backless dress and I walked a press line and got photographed.
Now, we've heard testimony about Mr. Depp making a total of $65 million in 2015 and 2016 from his experts.
Objection, Your Honor.
Why?
Leading,
I haven't asked the question.
hearsay. I mean,
Why did you not ask for $32.5 million from Mr. Depp?
Your Honor, leading.
I said, why did you not ask?
Irrelevant.
I'll sustain the
Explanation.
objection. Sustain the objection to leading. Next question.
Why Why, can I just ask, why did you not ask for 32.5 million from Mr. Depp?
Because I didn't want
Asked
it.
and answered, relevance.
Oh, overruled, good.
Because I didn't want it. I realized that that's what I was entitled to, but I didn't want it. That simple.
The tape recording that was played that has you laughing quite a bit, can you tell the jury what the context of that particular tape recording was?
I don't really recall a whole lot
She sounded like a witch.
about what was going on. I know we had been fighting kind of ad nauseum and in this sort of loop, if you will, and I'm doing my best to not show my pain. That's what I was trying.
It was somebody, yeah, Shell, I remember it was somebody's microphone in that trial was doing the pounding, yeah. Oh, hello, Moki. Welcome back. We're reacting to some more scenes of it. Moki, I'll play this tomorrow for y'all during the day. During a live stream in the daytime. Alright, so we're talking about the tissue of Amber Heard's nose, allegedly. That's what this was about.
Trying to do is trying to be tough, not show what kind of pain I was in.
Now, Ms. Vasquez asked you about how you got your role in Aquaman. Could you please describe to the jury how you got your role in
Yes.
Aquaman?
I auditioned, not Johnny. I auditioned. I worked really hard, and I went to where we were filming the first movie, Justice League. I went, I think, 5.5 months early before filming commenced, when I heard that they wanted to fire me, and so I put myself in the job in the
Objection,
gym.
Your Honor, hearsay.
Sustain.
Keep it away.
I worked really
what they
hard.
say.
I worked really hard on that and had to prove myself. And I did that for, even though I was only filming for 6 days, I was there for 6 months. Just worked my butt off. That's why.
What, if any, role did Mr. Depp play in your getting Aquaman?
He tried to have me fired from it.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
All right, I'll sustain his speculation.
How do you know that he tried to have you fired?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation and hearsay and lack of foundation.
I'm trying to lay a foundation.
All right, if you lay a foundation.
I saw it. I saw the emails. I saw the texts.
I'll sustain the objection as to hearsay. Next question.
You were asked about Isaac Baruch and why and that he saw no marks. What is your recollection of your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the week of May 22nd?
I saw Isaac when I was coming or going, meaning I was leaving or arriving to the building. I saw him at a distance. We did not have a in-depth conversation, nor would we. And I told him, actually, right after it happened, what his friend had done.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I don't think it's offered to prove the truth of the matter you've asserted.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay. Stay away from what was said. Can you just tell us what interaction you had with him and his opportunity to observe you with absolutely no makeup?
Objection,
That's
Your Honor,
impossible.
leading.
I'll sustain the objection as leading.
Please describe for the jury your interaction with Isaac Baruch during the week of May 22nd.
Well, not only did I have makeup on, but I did attempt to kind of let him know what happened.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
You were asked some questions about Officer Melissa Science's testimony. What, if anything, do you recall relating to Officer Melissa Science's testimony relating to your injuries?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Right, so that was, for Anna, that was the scene about the, we would call the nose scar tissue. This is a time where her attorney was trying to mimic Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's voice, it says.
Now, I'm going to start at the very beginning here. You were asked by Ms. Vasquez about why Mr. Depp won't or can't look you in the eye. And she read out, or she played a tape in which Mr. Depp said, "You will not see my eyes again." Do you recall that?
I do.
And that was during the mediation process in July, correct?
That was
Objection leading.
the first one.
Sustained
Okay.
is the leading.
When was this?
That was in July of 2016. That was the first mediation attempt. We met after that, and Johnny very much looked me in the eye.
Please tell the jury about the next meeting after he said, "You will not see my eyes again."
We met in the lawyer's office. They gave us a moment. Johnny kissed me again, held me. I cried, he cried, and then we had a short exchange, and he put a note in my pocket that said, "I'll love you dead or alive, my Slim," with his new phone number on it.
Alright, so let's see. One little clip I want to see. Come on.
Ms. Heard, you remember during Mr. Depp's examination, a number of recordings were played, correct?
That's correct.
And in one of those recordings,
And of Jack's new stepfather.
please play plaintiff.
Loki, I think around the afternoon. It'll be around the afternoon. Tomorrow. Yeah, she misread the note. Yeah.
Everything's fine until it doesn't go your way. And when it
Your time it would be earlier, because I'm I'm ahead of you in the time.
doesn't go your way, I'm in trouble. And you know what? I don't need you. I don't want your kind of woman. I don't want your kind of woman. I don't want your kind of woman. I might have. So my dick with you.
Mistake. I wish I had fucking had. I wish I fucking hadn't. I wish I fucking hadn't bought into any of your fucking lies, your bullshit, your sober fucking presence, your fucking goodness, your sweetness, all the lies. I wish I hadn't bought into the months of you being you. I wish I hadn't bought into the promises. I wish I hadn't fucking thought I could have kids with you. You're a fucking kid yourself. I wish I hadn't bought into any of the lies you sold. Talk about fake bill of goods. You're the biggest fucking seller of fake fucking bill of goods. Talk about presenting yourself as
I
something
did
you're
myself
not.
the fake
Suck my
seller
dick.
of goods.
Suck my
I
dick.
fucking you left nothing and I've left
Suck my
everything.
dick.
So suck
Suck
your
my
dick.
Yeah, go on.
Which is probably your next move, because it's what you fucking need. No, I don't want to suck your dick. I don't want nothing to do with your
Oh,
fucking
because I really
midsection.
need something.
Well, go get it, man.
Because I need something. Go on. Fucking fuck yourself. No shit, I can't. Suck your dick.
I don't want to.
It's gonna be on me, yeah.
No, it's not really true, man.
Actually, it kind of is.
It kind of is. What are you talking about? You being on some
That's not.
Oh, is it? What is it?
No, I'm sure Rochelle's available. Call her up. I'm sure she's available.
Maybe she is.
I'm sure she is.
We'll see.
I'm sure she is.
I'll let you know.
Oh, I'm sure she is. I'm sure her for her yoga blog.
Hey, fake laugh. That fake laugh is too much to take.
No, I'm sure she's.
That fake laugh is so disgusting.
I'm sure she's great. I'm sure she's great.
You've been giving me some of the best performances in
No, you're right, I don't. It's all about performance.
Oh, I'm right. I don't regret. I don't regret.
She sounds like a clown. She sounds like a whole clown.
What else? What else do you do? Oh, come on. Steve, come on. Lay it on me. What else? What else other things do you want to add? You fucking lying piece of shit. What? Oh, no, I want to know. I want to know.
Get out of your Ubers out.
I'm kind of waiting. You go get it.
Yeah,
Wait, is there no other place for you to run in your 15 other houses to go run? Come on, go be a real married man. Go deal with your shit the way that a man does. Go run to the next house. Every man does. Go. Run away. I know it's hard to look at yourself.
You're fucking ridiculous clown.
It's hard.
Panic fucking clown.
It's hard. It's hard.
Screwing everybody else over.
You're right. I tried. That's what I do.
You're the most spoiled fucking brat. And you got every...
She sounds like a clown. Scared. Scared.
Everybody out here almost full, but it don't last long.
You're right. I'm sorry.
You're
right. You got to figure it out.
You don't have to figure out what you have to offer as opposed to going out and get your tits out.
You're right. That's what I do.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Lemon field is excellent.
You're right. You're right.
Excellent choice.
Back to that. Well, I wonder what we else. I wonder what else we can reach for in the last 60 minutes. Oh, no, it was 4 years ago. You're right. I'm sure there's other things you can find.
Go loud.
No, I'm not laughing.
No, matter of fact,
I'm not laughing. I'm not. It's serious. I'm sure you can find other things.
I know. That's true thing. Well, there's always that. You can always go back.
You can write a book. I know, you can write a book. Oh, is this going to be good for your book? Oh, should I have you sign an NDA for your book? Your book. Is this going to be good for your book? Is this going to be good for your book? Hey.
I don't know what I want.
I have a good idea. How about somewhere of your journals? You don't want to sell out or anything. Let's sell you.
Exactly, Shell. They obviously have never learned to step away and disengage. Facts. Shell, she would follow him when he left. Scared. She reminds you of one of the Manson family. I don't know. She gives off vibes like that for some reason.
Journals. Oh, wait. Hey, you're not watching. No, you're not selling out.
Sell out,
No one does 21 Drunk Street when they're in their 20s. No, you're right. That's not selling out. No. When you're in your 20s, you should really know what you want. Like selling your journal.
Man, she was roasting for being 21 Jump Street, man. Sick.
I don't. If you didn't know who the fuck I was.
You're right. Go sell your journal to a real non-seller. 55-year-old. Or, sorry,
56.
51. I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point.
No.
I don't think so. I don't.
That's true, Anna. She's wasted as shit. She's wasted out of this world.
I don't really think so. But you're right. I mean, hey, at least I didn't do like a TV show where I was heartbroken in my 20s. God, that would be like embarrassing. Wow. If only I was with someone in their 50s that could point that out to me. Imagine mine. You're right. When you play a non-sexualized object. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You're right. You got me. You got it all figured out.
You don't even know what movies I've done. You haven't even taken an interest.
If only I could be like you. If only I could be like you.
I had to watch your fucking wreck and you trying to like
You're a joke.
spew out these fucking lines.
You're a joke. You're a joke.
Yeah, I'm the joke in the industry, Amber. I'm the
Facts, Smokey.
joke. I'm the joke in the
I'm
industry.
sorry. I can't really hear you. I'm sorry. The reruns of all my bullshit are playing too loud for me to hear you. I'm gonna just go and pedal my way back. Sorry. I can't hear you.
Aquaman.
Oh, 20 legs, whatever it was.
I was, I was 20.
No one cares. You fucking fucker.
Washed up piece of shit.
What?
Washed up piece of shit.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Uh,
Oh, I can't hear you.
Your jealousy's so tragic.
I'm sorry.
Your jealousy's so tragic. Fucking like
I can't hear you.
thinking that I'm going on a road with a
Turn
band.
on my head. I can't hear you.
You told Mr. Depp to suck your dick multiple times, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You tell him to go run to his 15 other houses, right?
That's correct.
Because that's what he would do when you behave like this, isn't it?
Eventually, he would go and stay in one of the other houses.
You call him a sellout, don't you?
I was expressing frustration about his criticism of my career and how many problems that caused within the dynamic of our relationship, yes.
So you call him a sellout and a joke?
I called him horrible, ugly things, as you can hear. And
Sellout.
We spoke to each other in a really horrible way.
Pretty sure we just heard you speak to him in a really horrible way. You called him a sellout,
I just
right,
disagree.
Miss Heard? You called him
I
a sellout, right, Miss Heard?
I called him a lot of ugly things.
And a joke.
I called him a lot of ugly things.
You called him a joke on that recording. You called him a washed up piece of shit.
I think we both called each other that on that occasion, yes.
All right, show. Good night. Thank you for coming.
Mr. Depp mentions Aquaman, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Mr. Depp got you that role in Aquaman, didn't he?
Excuse me?
Mr. Depp got you that role in Aquaman, didn't he?
No, Miss Vasquez, I got myself that role by auditioning. That's how
Mr.
that
Depp
works.
says, quote, your jealousy is so tragic.
I heard him say that, yes.
You were the jealous one in this relationship, weren't you, Miss Heard?
I think he was indicating I was jealous of his career.
Right, exactly, Anna. Right.
And now you've twisted it to say it was Mr. Depp that's the jealous one.
Johnny's always been very jealous when I worked, when I did anything, friends. Yes, he's always been very jealous.
Ms. Heard, I'm going to ask you to take a look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 120E. This is a series of text messages between you and Mr. Depp.
That is correct.
I'm going to move to admit and publish these text messages. Mr. Depp's messages have been redacted.
All right, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, 120E in evidence, you can publish.
It starts with a text message from you to Mr. Depp on September 26th.
All right. Okay, and that tomorrow we will do the Johnny Depp stream tomorrow and stream this trial stuff. Definitely. And who's working now? Oh, can you be a little bit more specific, Moki? I appreciate that. And okay, so I got quite a few. It did pretty good tonight. It did pretty good tonight. With a good audience and probing the like button. I appreciate it, and the views and stuff. They're pretty good tonight. All right, yeah. Definitely tomorrow during the day we'll do that. And Moki, I thought that's what you meant. I would just want to be more specific. Yeah, he's the one that's working, not her. I thought you meant. I thought that's what you meant. I just want you to clarify so I can make sure. But yeah, she's the one not working, and he is. He's going to be in a movie that's... I just saw a headline today, coincidentally. It's called Hyde. He's going to be in another movie. Johnny Depp lets evil take over in a trailer for Riley Scott horror collaboration. It's Hyde 2025. So that's gonna be pretty cool to see how that's gonna go. What's happening with monetization? Yes, as I told you before, I have to get the verification. It's Hyde with a Y. Right, so basically I haven't gotten around yet to getting either getting the LLC or getting it changed to an individual account to verify the identity. And I'll be doing that at some point. When I get around to it. I'll get around to that. Thanks for asking, Moki. And there's been a couple of things I've been doing at the moment where I haven't gotten around to getting the monetization back. I just have to verify my identity, that's all. But everything's fine with that. I just haven't gotten around to do that part, but I'm going to be doing that soon. Yes, it's all good. If something, like either y'all will see the or the $ thing, or if something doesn't go right, I'll tell y'all. But yeah, it's all good. I'm just more focused on doing this like content stuff and researching things. But I will get that. I will get it back. Okay, I will get it back. But I'm real focused on these things I'm doing at the moment. All right. All right. Good night. And apparently listening to relaxing music and meditation is too much for some people. Yes, Miranda, I agree. I like doing that, but many people don't like doing that. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you all for being here. We're ending the stream for the night. And shout out to my All Aliens Angels and the dudes in the Spaceship 2 and everybody else that watches. I appreciate y'all, especially the trial chat and everybody else that came here. All right, everybody. So we're closing up for tonight. And see y'all tomorrow during the day, and peace. There we go.